Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, shit. Oh, no, there we go. All right. But, last time we had left off, our little party of adventurers had made their way towards the city of Freereach. Asvarus had a little bit of an exploration journey he wanted to, go through with. He met up with his parents. They've realized, at the very least, that he is still alive. His mother showed some unexpected emotion at it. The main one being fear. Some decisions were made, and you guys kind of just floundered around, not really sure what to take as your next step until, well, coming across a vampire, which followed, who seemed, at the very least, willing to speak until you pointedly attacked him. Of which he said...
At no point did he actually seem willing to speak.
The entire point was that he revealed himself and said, "Why are you here?" He was very much willing to speak.
Sometimes when you try to come off as willing to speak, they come off as trying to intimidate.
My first language is fighting anyway, so you know that is
Yeah.
speaking.
It is what it is. But as the conversation did not seem to pan out in either party's favor, he decided to go with an attack. Got very confused when Darcy didn't disintegrate, and even more so when Vestel showed up. And then the party, frankly, tried to rescue the other two who had been initially with him, and unfortunately to no success. But they were contacted shortly after by Welna, and a bit of information was disclosed specifically regarding all of the things that she's been researching this entire time. But we pick up right after her disclosure of all of this information, as all of you are standing just outside her shop. You can see that she's gone back inside to kind of ponder upon some of the other things that the details of some of the information you've given her. And,
okay.
But yeah, the streets of the Commons, as you stand in Freereach, are very much as they had been previous. Loud, rambunctious, and honestly kind of annoying. The city streets are crowded. There's not really any indication that anything is wrong. At least not to them.
So the conclusion was we'd go ask Van Bloom more about something. What was it? Shit.
I genuinely don't remember us actually discussing going and talking with Van Bloom about something.
I don't think you guys decided exactly what it was you were going to do. You were given a few options.
So then, Varus, are you still wanting to look for your parents here, or are we done here?
I mean, I've already found them. There's one person I'm looking for in particular now. It'll probably be hard to find that one.
Because, like, if they're vampiric in nature, I mean, I have, like, 7 more times where I can potentially spot something that is rather close to me, but any more
I
than
would
that...
much rather we not fight something right now, personally.
My family is not vampiric in nature. You should already know I was cast out because I became like this.
Well, yes, but I was also more alluding to, and then I kind of motion up or motion in the direction that we came from originally.
I mean, I hope he doesn't come back, and I doubt he will, honestly.
Yeah, I'd rather keep my internals where they are, thank you. They're already on display.
It's like a fish tank, a fleshy, bloody fish tank.
Darcy gives you just the most scathing fucking glare he can manage.
But yes, if you must know my plan, I suppose it would be to go around that area and maybe wait for him to appear. He's gonna have to go back home eventually, I'm assuming.
Was that
Yeah,
something?
you have fun with that. This evening's already been soured for me. Are we staying here or what are we doing?
Say we go
Because-
back. There's no way we're finding the hotel this late. I mean, and this late.
It's 5 in the afternoon.
No, I mean, this late into the event.
We
Yeah.
can try. I'm sure there'll be some spot.
Either way, frankly, I don't want to stay in this town anymore.
I mean, I'm for that. We just go back. We had fun here, but not much else to do
All right.
except for Darius. But I mean, don't know how long you're gonna wait. Just a day until he shows up.
We'll give it a few hours, and if he doesn't show up, I'll head back, I suppose.
And if anything, we can always come back here in a couple weeks at the next holiday. Actually, never mind. No, I doubt Free Reach celebrates Umbra's independence.
And I doubt the Lord's Ward is going to be open the next time they celebrate a holiday.
Well, if you wanted to wait here longer, it's not like we haven't camped out before.
Yeah, that'd be
No.
great if I brought any.
We
camping
genuinely have no idea what is going on, what we are doing, or where we are going at this point. Aside from going to Tipper.
Have we ever known where exactly we're going?
No,
Like, we
and
kinda just-
frankly,
That's
and
the fun
frankly,
part.
right,
I mean, I would agree.
wandering aimlessly until we blunder into something that risks our lives and we don't even know why.
Spirit of adventuring.
Then what is
That's
your
the spirit.
plan, Darcy?
Genuinely, I have no bloody clue. But I'd like to potentially figure out that plan before we wander into another time-stopping vampire.
Well, all we have to do is show him the stell, and apparently he'll have second thoughts on something.
He did seem to be a little shook at that. Rather curious.
You think maybe next time it happens, they'll be more prepared? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, he
Maybe they'll find
seemed.
some.
Oh, what?
You said he seemed confused at Estelle. I'm probably pretty sure he was confused at how I didn't turn to dust.
Yes, that
You
was
two,
that.
you two might be fine with dying, but that is the closest I have come to since the dragon. Things are getting worse and worse and worse, and not a single one of you seems to care about it.
Well, if you have
Hey.
a brilliant plan to care about it, let us know. Because at this point, none of us do. So I don't understand why you're complaining about it.
Yes. We didn't care. We just ditched you on the wayside. We're here, aren't we?
I'm not talking about caring about me. I'm talking about caring for our own bloody lives.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
I
me and
have
Varus clearly have
followed-
more than one to
I
spare.
have followed all of you because, for the most part, you seemed like you knew what you were doing. At the very least, you knew more than I do. Now, I don't know if any of us knew anything or knows anything about what the hell we are doing.
Well, there's a wild stance to take, considering the only two who probably knew what they were doing would have been Artemis and Lyra. I was on the run for years, but still lost to memory. Veyroon has just been wandering for some reason. He's looking for... He didn't even know what he was looking for at the start. We all know that.
Yeah. At least you all knew how to act like you knew what you were doing.
Well, to be honest, I don't think there's a single person on this continent who truly knows what they should do in this kind of situation.
I'm just getting tired of all this. At this point, I don't know if it's even worth fighting for my bloody life, because no matter what I do, I'm probably going to end up dead at the end of all this. And not from old age. From some horrible machinations where I end up like Artemis's fucking brother, blowing up a town!
She might be also have to deal with that. So, should we just lay out our options? What do we have?
Go to the Tri-Point and die. Go to Tipper and continue on not knowing what the hell we're doing. Go and find the vampire and probably die because he can stop bloody time. Talk to Van Bloom, who dislikes us at this point and is watching our every move so that we don't blow up his city.
Oh, come on,
Or
that's
go
just
somewhere
fair.
else completely different and maybe stumble onto something that one of us is connected to and go from there and probably lose the lead almost immediately because not a single one of us is good at this.
Darcy, if it makes you feel any better, Van Bloom just told me that we can come to him if we need guidance. So
Oh, he did?
yeah, he's kind of talking into my head. I don't know why,
Wait.
but
Is he actually watching us? Everyone kind of looks around. He's like, oh,
apparently he's been watching us for a while.
I mean, to be fair, we are quite the interesting troop. I mean,
We're walking
like it would-
disasters, Artemis. You might as well just say it plain.
I feel like it would make good watching material, you know, while you're doing whatever arch maguses and magi
Demigods.
wizards.
Well, it was good watching material until we had this stupid argument, and that's why he's intervening.
we should at least talk to him. I guess he knows what's happened. He heard everything about our talk. Could at least give us a starting point to be able to, bounce stuff off each other. And
I assume if he's even talking to me in the first place, he doesn't hate our guts completely. So
It's hard to hate something pathetic.
All right. So
While we're in, sorry,
go ahead. No.
while we're in Free Reach, the last time we were here, weren't there like vampires and disappearances and stuff? Considering that's one of the most pressing things going on right now. There's been vampires around. We could spend some time here and look into that. Maybe it'll give us some more answers.
Yeah, that was about, like,
months
what?
ago.
I was about to say it was about like 2 months ago, but maybe
Yeah.
it's like something that occurred
mean,
Well,
there's
the
clearly
vampires-
still vampires in the city.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of the vampires in charge of it could probably tear through us like we're just tissue paper.
Well, next time we won't just teleport up to him and try to slash his head off.
Yeah.
You can use that keen artifact.
Oh, I don't have that on me because of reasons. I look at Darcy.
Yeah, no, it's in my shop.
Maybe we should carry it for the future.
Yeah. Right. I'll go get it. I was planning on going back there anyways.
We do still eventually have to go into your mind, Listel.
Well, optional. Definitely optional.
I mean, it is optional, but that guy definitely thought twice about something after seeing you.
Yeah, I was kind of second guessing myself just because, I must have closed my memories off for a reason, and it's just too dangerous. But now that we have another reason to do it,
We're starting to run out of excuses. If you want to tie the band-aid off, it's no less dangerous than anything else we're going to do.
It might
I
give
mean-
us more leads to do something else eventually down the line.
we did have to go talk to Van Bloom anyway, right? We're going back there, may as well.
And who knows, maybe in your mind I'm not a fish tank. Thank you for that image, by the way, Artemis. Thank you very
Oh yeah,
much.
no problem. Maybe if we like tape some glue on, or not glue, glass on the front and
We're not doing
Yeah.
that.
make it like a walking aquarium.
Listen, you can head back. I will join you in about an hour, maybe two. I just want to see if I can't see him.
You sure we could wait a bit? I mean, otherwise you have to pay the whole teleport fee. Like,
It's up to you.
we can grab dinner, and when we're done dinner, we'll meet up.
All right. I will walk off.
Okay. Does anybody follow Varus, or are you all just remaining where you are, trying to find a place to have dinner?
I'm kind of curious, actually. I didn't see them last time. I kind of want to see if I recognize any of their symbols or emblems or anything like that.
Sure. So you follow Varus?
Yeah, I don't think I'm being sneaky about it, but
I'm
I'll
gonna
probably
get
tell
food.
instantly that I'm
I'll
coming with them.
I'll go with, but I'll have Root follow Lyra. I'll just kind of walk over. Put the little like lead around your arm and then hand you the badge.
Am I watching her now?
I could like
Isn't this thing like
disarm
a
her.
isn't this like a familiar?
I don't
Yes.
want this responsibility. I'm gonna
Can
forget
you-
about her in
I
2
really
minutes.
don't want to put her back in storage.
Sure.
You can take her right back out.
No, I have to cast a spell again.
Can we just put her in the stable and maybe she'll be okay there? I don't think we can bring her into the restaurant.
We definitely can.
That'd be too
Why
much.
haven't you thought about the stable yet?
I don't think she likes horses.
Every single time something like this gets brought up, my point gets proven more and more that we are just walking disasters. We are a clown show.
Well, we're in the right place for that.
Okay, fine. I'll follow them with Root.
Next time, for whatever reason, I have to put clown makeup on you. I might as well put it on everyone else as well. Remind me.
I'll follow the Dampiers and then just find like a stable nearby and try and
Maybe
try
you
and
have to
see if
go
they're
the
fine with
opposite. Well, no, I guess it might be on the way, huh? Because we
There's
were
plenty
at
of
our, we were at
stables
her
within
place.
the commons.
Yeah, I'll just kind of walk up to one.
As soon as you kind of walk up to one, you can see the stable hand. What appears to be like a relatively young boy, probably no more than 18, 19, with like short cropped hair, a light tan, kind of walks up to you. Sir, you got a... Is that a lizard?
Yep. Mind if I keep it here for a bit
Oh,
while I go about do some errands?
in the stables?
Yeah.
It's not going to eat anything, right?
Well, as long as you keep her fed, which she really likes root-based vegetables, onions, rutabaga, turnips, carrots, even anything like that. She's fine. She's only an opportunistic carnivore. Well, when the opportunity arises. So.
Okay. I got 2 other horses in there. I'm gonna need a safety money.
Sure. How much?
Well, they would both sell for 50 gold. So, 50 gold. Just in case they get eaten. I'll give it back to you
Yeah. No.
if they don't get eaten.
That sounds fair.
And then
Let me just.
25 gold for your horsey to stay in here for 24 hours.
Gotcha. We can do that. Let me just find my coin purse. Silly me. I don't know where I put it. I don't know where my gold is.
Oh, is it not on
Like,
your sheet?
actually.
Yeah, it's not because I changed over to the tidy, so I don't think it saved over. It's fine. I can just
Oh
swap
no,
back
it
and
did.
look
It
at
did.
it.
Here, there you
Oh,
go.
did it? Look.
Do you see it
It's
now?
okay. Yeah, I see it. Then yeah,
So-
I'll hand them.
Yeah, for all of your character sheets, you don't see the containers anymore, but you could show the containers again if you go to the top right near the lock button in your inventory. There should be a thing that says show container panel right beside the 2 down arrows.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll give him 50 gold, and he said what, 25 to watch her for today.
It was 50 gold for each horse, so 100.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I'll give him 100 gold, and then I'll give him 3 what's it called? Dwarvish gold. Obviously 25 to watch, and then I'll just tell him the rest of that you can use to like get, vegetables or whatever whenever you have time.
Can I keep whatever I don't use?
Sure, I don't care. I don't need it.
Okay, I'll take care of her. What's her name?
Her name's Root. You can just call her Root.
Hello, Root. I'm gonna give him an animal handling check.
Oh no.
Do you tell Root to behave?
Yeah, I'll look up to her and just be like, oh, okay, now behave. I should be back hopefully, and
Oh, that's a handless stable hand.
I'll be back in a couple hours hopefully.
Yeah, you kind of look around, you walk away a little bit, and then you turn back around and you see Root's like mouth wrapped around this guy's arm.
No, don't put them in your mouth.
Oh,
Does
isn't
he
that
look hurt?
Yeah, that's in that one.
one? He
Does
loses
he
arm.
look hurt?
No. Thankfully, Artemis stepped in and made sure that Root wasn't going to hurt him. But
I don't know
yeah,
what came over. He doesn't do that normal. He must be hungry.
she starts nibbling at his hair.
Hey, I do like that, point at her, and then just slowly back off with the others.
We're gonna get back, and this kid is gonna be gone.
Where's the stable hand route?
You see a hat on the floor.
The only thing left of him is a hand.
Well, at least I get a full refund.
The gold's in Root's body.
Oh, well.
You unsummon him, there's a bunch of gold in the
I was
skeleton.
saying I just unsummon him and boom. You know?
A body and the gold pop up.
Yeah, half digested corpse of a stable boy. Yeah, no issues. Root gets left behind. Unfortunately, Varus, I'm guessing you didn't wait for them. Or did you?
I did not. I definitely did not wait for Artemis. 100% not.
Okay. Then Vestel, were you following him the entire time, or did you go with Artemis?
Yes, I would have gone with him.
Okay, but Artemis knows where the house is, so I think
Yes.
it's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up here, but I lived here for an extended period of time. So.
Yeah, no issues. But yeah, Varus, you kind of make your way back into the Lord's Ward after a little while. The crowds, honestly, they're not even getting thinner. At this point, they seem to be getting thicker, as in there seems to be more people out and about. There's a lot of people out
Good.
here. Like, it's kind of
Good.
insane. Switching off of this, and we're going to... Okay. But yeah, as you kind of walked all the way over to the actual Lord's Ward, you could see that there are still many, many crowds of people kind of wandering through the actual Lord's Ward itself. With not an end to the crowds in sight. Do you wait at the entrance? Do you wait back at the house? What do you want to do?
I mean, I think you'll probably go up and wait, like, around where the house is, and just truly keep an eye out.
Okay. Are you trying to hide yourself to prevent yourself from being seen while you're keeping an eye out, or no?
Probably unconsciously, yeah.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Maybe I'll roll better this. We'll find out.
Hopefully it's higher than the 2.
Yeah, done it.
Above a 10.
We rolled above a 10. That's crazy.
Honestly.
All right. But yeah, absolutely no issues. You kind of just disappear into the shadows with Vestel nearby. Vestel, even looking at where he used to be, it's just like the only reason you can make him out is because you're standing essentially right beside him. Did you also want to hide yourself and keep an eye out, or were you just there for the show?
I'm kind of there because I remember when my guild was murdered, it was by people wearing the colors of House Oriella.
Oriella. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wasn't sure which one it was. But yeah, I'm kind of there to see if there's anything that is familiar to me in that regard.
Give me a perception check.
Would I be able to help her at all?
I will say yes, you have advantage because Varus could just point out stuff.
Yeah.
You can also give
Gotcha.
me a history
Thanks
check
anyway.
just to see if you can recall anything more clearly. Okay.
Hey!
Okay.
As you're actually kind of glancing up at the building, you can see various different banners that are very easily and kind of very obviously outlaid and kind of for everybody's show or like everybody's viewing. And you can see like the House Oriella sigil as well as their actual like banner all over their entire castle. All of them are honestly, they look fresh, brand new. Some of them even look like the sewing was done relatively hastily to actually finish it on time. So you see a bunch of imperfections in the actual banners themselves, but they're there, they're showing off. And though the colors are familiar, The actual banner itself is not. The symbol is not. The Oriellas were most likely not the ones who were responsible. Or at the very least, whatever symbol that they're currently using is not anything to do with anything that you remember. You've seen it around before, as in once in Free Reach on this day when you entered the city, but that was it.
What did the people that did it, did they have symbols on them? And can I remember what they look like?
Yes. They wore like they wore like these these like silver sets of armor. Almost every single one of them had a almost like paladin's kind of helmet on. Either something that fully covered their face, fully covered their head, something that was very protective. The majority of them didn't have any sort of symbols on them. However, there was one or two who seemed to stand above the rest, and you did spot the symbols kind of like folded away a flag or something, or like a portion of a loincloth that was just exposed that you remember.
And at this point, having traveled around, seeing different things, can I like piece together who they might have been?
I would say make another history check, but you did roll a nat 20 on your previous one, so you will automatically succeed on this one. I need to double check something. What colors did I already give you for the flag?
Pretty sure it was blue and gold.
I need to double check that I had this written down correctly. Yeah. You remember. There was 2 other colors emblazoned within their things. At the very least, things that gave you a twang of familiarity. The colors green and white.
But I wouldn't know exactly what that is now. Just that I remember the colors. Guess I can cross Oriella off the list.
I mean, are you saying this out loud or just kind of?
Just to myself.
Okay. I assume like mentally and not out loud.
I don't know, maybe like a whisper under my breath.
You would probably hear it.
Yeah.
One, you're standing right beside her.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with those colors, obviously, what I know what house it is out of character just because I've read all the shit.
Oh, yeah.
Would I know in character?
You would know in character as well.
Yeah, I think he just looks at it and he goes, those are the colors of house flowers, in case you were curious.
Good to know. Out of character, I should have done this way sooner. But
Yeah. literally raised in noble house.
we saw people from that house before.
Yeah, we have.
Anyways, good to know now. Yeah, I'll just.
We literally saw them when we were first meeting Van Bloom. I think we technically met the head of their house.
You did?
Or close
Get him
enough.
next time. But
Yeah,
I guess
they
I'll just hang back with see what Varys does. Or
Obviously,
Give me a stealth check
if you were
as well,
curious.
just stealth.
If you were curious, they are housed in Kirkwall. Hey!
She does very well, to the point where you have no idea where she went, even though she was right beside you for a brief moment. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh no, she's standing right there. Okay.
I think he truly goes, yeah, they're based in House Kirk. Wall.
Yeah.
might have to take a trip there then.
I mean, you can. They don't like people that aren't. human, if I remember correctly.
Well, that would make sense.
Meanwhile, just walking through the crowd, kind of looking around with my.
Can't
I have
believe
my pipe of smoke monsters and
I
kind of
mean-
like.
Do we spot him eventually?
Oh yeah, very easily. He's
Cool.
hard to miss.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like from stage. Obviously, we're both so. Just like grab him and pull him where we go.
I have like a little smoke beholder that's like following me out of the thing, and then you pull me out. I'm like, ah!
It's the cartoon. It's literally the Wilhelm scream as you disappear down an alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get yanked, and I just like instinctually summon my blade in my left hand. I'm like, oh,
I could have killed you so easily. I hope you realize that.
you can't kill me. It's fine.
You've already died.
My mom
Yeah,
said
but
I
not by
could
you.
die.
Don't tempt him.
But yeah, give me a perception check and also a stealth check from Artemis, please. So all three of you can give me a perception check
boy.
on the stealth. You know what? I'll say because the other two rolled so high, you could have advantage on your stealth check.
Oh, that means I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
straight roll.
Oh, let's go. Nah.
Not bad. Not terrible.
Oh, that's a shit roll. Whoops, my bad.
Ooh.
Should just be that 13.
All right. The three of you kind of tuck away. Do Artemis and Vistel know that Varus, or who Varus is looking for?
He absolutely would have described. As far as he's aware nowadays, I suppose, buffer, taller, back then, orange-haired elf that would most likely be making his way to the house and allowed inside the gates if that is where he's heading.
Does he look like you or something?
No.
Like, okay.
Well, I mean, maybe. You saw my mother and my father, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Definitely looks more like, yeah, like my mother.
Gotcha.
All right. But yeah, the hours, the time passes by relatively uneventfully for at least a couple of hours until the sun eventually begins to set in the distant summer sky. And as it begins to set, you could see the stars all above you begin to come out, and all of them begin to shine. And in that brief moment, it's beautiful. If a little bit strange. Because the crowds, they don't disperse, but those who are actually actively remaining in the Lord's Ward reduce in number. It does make it very much easier for all of you to kind of pay attention to see exactly who might be coming towards you. And eventually, with enough patience, someone does. You see very much what appears to be the figure that had been previously described, though now, honestly, he looks completely the exact same as to how he was described. This kind of like short cropped orange hair that's parted to the front, a man bun that goes off into the back into not a man bun, like a short ponytail in the back, the sides shaved, and the very pointed ears showing. He's kind of...
Does he have the eyebrows?
He doesn't, not quite. Though the side of
I
his
told you he
eyebrows...
takes after my mom.
The side of the eyebrows do come out a little bit. You can see it tapers just slightly off of the actual head. Though not nearly as much as the other two. But yeah, as you're kind of glancing towards him, one of the few things that you do notice is that he's got these strange, almost like runic glyphs tattooed onto his face. Those that are just slightly different from his normal skin color. And you can see that he seems to be leading another human woman. And just kind of like, they seem to be enjoying themselves. He's got a smile on his face, making some sort of jokes towards her. And she's laughing, enjoying it as they're walking towards the house. house.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely. If they pass along where we are currently, I guess technically hidden, I think Varus would kind of step into a more visible area and just kind of, I guess, watch him pass and just get. Hello there, Sebastian.
Okay. You're just stepping out?
He's never.
Concern.
Yeah, what type of face is Forrest wearing? Like the menacing face.
No, not menacing. Just kind of definitely annoyed.
Okay.
Just, I think he's just curious to see what his brother's gonna do.
As soon as you kind of like step out, you see his ears instantly twitch towards you. And for a brief moment, you realize that he has definitely spotted you, or noticed your presence, your existence, but didn't really seem to care, at least until you said something. His entire body freezes. His smile that seemed honestly fake just kind of disappears from his face, and he instantly looks towards you. His eyes narrow. I would have to ask you to leave for a bit. But we were just... Abby. Okay. You see, she kind of just turns around, picks up her skirt, and just starts running. He turns back towards you.
So you're in my game. Correct. That's the name of the game. Maybe the game can
All I hear is Kay. Kay, I'm sorry, you are distracting the fuck out of me.
They seem to have their magical TV on at full volume, man. You know, while
All I
you're
hear-
dealing with them, Varus,
all I
I'll
hear
go
is-
tell them to keep it down.
Yeah, all I hear is distant British voices.
Yeah.
It's weird, eh?
Um,
My girlfriend's watching Three Body Issues, Problems, whatever that
Oh,
Netflix
Three
show
Body
is.
Problem.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
all good. But, sorry. He kind of looks at
Yeah.
you. His eyes narrow. You got some nerve showing yourself in front of me by yourself.
Well, what can I say? As far as you were concerned, never was the smartest, was I?
No, you never were. Still aren't, as far as I'm. Still aren't, as far as I'm concerned.
Sure, sure.
What do you want?
Just
You wouldn't have come
I
to me
suppose it would
here
be-
now in public if you didn't. If you wanted to be put down like the dog that you are.
No, obviously not. No, I just curious to see how everyone's doing. I suppose. Make sure
Curious.
everyone's still alive.
Well, you don't need to worry about us. The only person you should be worried about is yourself.
I suppose one thing I am curious about though is how much you know about the other child these two had was locked in a basement and left to die.
The one I put there.
Oh, it was you. Even more wonderful news.
I see you found my trap.
I figured it was
Unfortunate.
someone.
I was hoping to watch it squish your head.
Let's just say it's going to take a lot more than that to kill me nowadays.
I barely would have to swing my sword and you'd fall.
I'm quite resourceful now. I don't think I'd be. You know, it's a lot less easier to miss someone when they're not exactly chained up anymore.
Oh, don't worry. You won't even feel it. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy! What?
Is this a compelled duel?
Oh, we're about to find. Nice.
Do the two of us that are kind of like off to the side, do we notice him casting anything?
Oh yeah, you very obviously notice that the tattoos, this brand that he's got on his face, begins to glow ever so slightly.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
I think I'm gonna go ahead. This is probably a bad idea. I don't know if it is bad. I'm gonna go ahead and use my heroic to succeed.
Oh, okay.
I don't like that, and I most definitely don't want any part of what that is about to be.
In that brief moment, you watch as your surroundings begin to fade, and the only thing that stays in focus is him and a new surrounding that begins to sprout around you. What appears to be an arena. Or what would have been. Well, not necessarily an arena, just like a different location.
I see he was Mordekaiser ulting me.
He was essentially Mordekaiser ulting you, yeah.
Literally, when you were talking about this, I wonder if this is going to be straight up like a Mordekaiser ult. Sure enough, goddamn it was.
And in that brief moment, my man has a Quicksilver sash, and which he uses.
He ate a couple oranges.
I just evade him for the 12 seconds.
Yeah. In that brief moment, you watch as the tattoos fade, and your immediate instinct is to duck and kind of break that line of sight. And you could see before whatever spell he manages to attempt gets across, you resist the effect and manage to find yourself behind cover as well. As you look up towards your two companions, who are now like, "Oh shit, what the hell?" Because the two of you, as you were watching, you had seen essentially a protective dome begin to form on the ground and kind of like sprout outwards before it just kind of collapsed in on itself, seemingly unable to take hold. You little shit. Fine.
What's wrong? Magic didn't work too well, did it?
You avoided it this time. You won't be so lucky the next time. And don't worry. There will be a next time. Since the assassin I sent was so fucking useless you took his clothes off of him, I'll do it myself this time.
Let's just say the assassin you sent didn't go for me. Keep that in mind next time.
Not worth the gold we paid then. You see he turns around, walks towards the house.
Yeah, I think technically, yeah, that assassin got killed by me, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, no, he did. That was my first actual kill of something that wasn't outright inhuman.
I completely watch him as he goes inside, just to keep an eye on him, just to make sure he does in fact go inside.
Yeah. He pauses
And,
at the door. Walks in.
Well, you've met my brother, my lovely torturer when I was younger.
Sitting there behind the cover, like with both blades, charging up my forward smash. Is he gone?
Yes, he's gone
Oh, okay.
for now. But apparently he's very keen on coming back eventually. And the assassin that we thought was there to kill you apparently was sent for me, as you heard.
Me? I mean, well, yeah, I do remember him, but he was sent for you specifically?
Well, if my brother is to be trusted, then yes.
Did he just give him a wrong description? Like, I'm confused as to why he got confused with me.
Well, he was a drow, and I think once he saw the sword, maybe he thought it was. Maybe he changed plans or something, I don't know. But to be fair, probably couldn't find me. That day, at least. It was my watch, after all. But, nonetheless, now you, Artemis, have technically been introduced to the whole family. Well, not yet. It's still my sister. But, we'll go visit her one
Is your
day.
sister one of the good ones? Is this one of the good sisters? Is it a bad sister?
She's the
Like-
only good one.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know, I suppose. I don't know how Gabriella is.
Sure, we should just let him go. Let him walk. I feel like we could have, jumped him, and I don't know, just
We're not going to jump him in the middle of the Lord's War. The place he currently lives. Surrounded by his own guards.
So that's it then? You're done
That's
with
it.
them for now?
No. To be fair, it's not like I'm ever going to do anything if they're just going to be cooped up in there all day.
I mean, it sounded like he was pretty determined about doing the job himself next time, so.
Wonderful. Let him come after me then.
Is he I noticed he tried to cast a spell, like, is he a wizard, a sorcerer, and like...
I don't know why you're asking me. I don't know who he is anymore. Never did, technically. The only time I saw him was when he was causing the wound you've seen in my back.
What a nice guy.
Amy. The best
His hair was
older
stupid,
brother
though.
someone could ask for.
His hair was stupid, though, so, you got that going for him.
Was the out of character? Was the picture shown to?
Oh, I don't think so. Oh no, all of you should have access to those
Yeah,
sheets.
that's what I saw in
Oh,
there.
okay.
I that's why I said his hair's stupid. I looked in there.
Oh, I couldn't. I didn't know.
He looks like
Because I could always see those. I have no.
I think the only one that they can't see is Win.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The I believe when you guys had seen them in Moon's Run, that's when I revealed all of them because their portrait and stuff.
Oh,
was there.
right. Forgot about that. Well, lovely news. Now I have even more reason to hate him, as he was the one who put the child in the basement. So that's great.
You're better than I. I'd have just tried to smite him down right there for that, but that's just me, I guess.
I mean, let's just put it this way: if I didn't duck at that time, I definitely wouldn't have had a choice. It would have been a one-on-one fight, one which I most likely would have lost.
I want to do something like that. That sounds cool.
Maybe you can take it off his face when we kill him.
I'll consider it next time.
Terrifying.
Wonderful.
We're really living up to that walking disaster title I keep giving us. It's just a matter of who the disaster is for. People are lucky that it's usually us,
For now.
right? All it takes is one bad moon.
Yeah. Nonetheless, dinner, I suppose, on that wonderful, lovely note.
On that wonderful, lovely note, we toggle back to the other group, who I believe, for the most part, has been just chilling. Unless you guys have been doing something extraneous that I'm not aware of. Did you guys just go look for a tavern and inn?
Yeah, just walking around, looking for stuff, but also just taking in the sights.
Darcy, of all people, is not the one who's going to go looking for something to do right now.
Doesn't Lyra know a tavern in Free Reach?
Oh, there's plenty. Free Reach has many, many taverns. And
Yeah.
specifically, I
Breach
believe
is also math.
you knew one. Like, you actually...
Yeah, we stayed at one.
Well, we all stayed at one, and then Lyra stayed at a different one.
Oh yes, I did.
Which one did you stay at?
Fuck if I know.
A cheaper one?
That's so long ago.
Pretty
And if you find it in episode 2 or episode 1 of the fucking Brit.
Good fucking god.
Oh no.
I know there's the Seventh Sanctum.
That's where most of us stayed at.
That's where almost all of us stayed at, yeah.
Was it
That's
the
where
Tri
Vayrun
Point
got
Inn?
crabbed.
Misthaven? Whispering Lord? Is it the Windswept Jewels? No, that's owned by Wellna. That's Wellna's shop. I'm guessing it's Misthaven.
No, I mean, I'd say we go to a restaurant, not the tavern, because we're not staying here.
It was
Somewhere to eat.
Misthaven.
Find out if I eventually find it.
Yeah, it's the one with May as a server.
Isn't that the one that got vamped?
None of them got vamped.
I don't think she did.
No,
No,
it
no.
was-
I'm talking about last session because one of us could recognize the fucking woman that went walking off with him.
Yeah. It wasn't
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't Lyra that recognized them.
No, that was Artemis.
It was Artemis.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Seventh Sanctum, someone. Yeah.
I'm gonna go look for her, or look for Miss Taven and May, and pay them a visit. It's been a while.
Sure. Yeah. You honestly find Misthaven is relatively easily. It's not terribly far out of the way, and it's convenient enough that you could get to it with just a few twists and turns. But as you kind of like push open the door, you can see that the interior is surprisingly full. Usually for Gunther, the Tiefling man, he's not particular. Well, he doesn't particularly take to having too many people in his tavern. He prefers it nice and quiet, but unfortunately, it looks like he didn't really have too much of a choice. About 3/4 of the actual ground is full. You can see like maybe 10, 15 tables all around, and the majority of them are just filled with random people. Surprisingly, not adventurers, because though Gunther does typically deal with the adventuring crowd, it appears that a lot of just standard citizens have made their way into this establishment, probably for a drink, a place to rest. Some of them look like travelers, a few of them look like adventurers, and you are aware that Gunther, the Tiefling man, is kind of, he's a relatively decent person. He doesn't like too many people. But as you walk in, honestly, not too much attention is paid to you. Question. Are the rest of you following her?
I'd say no, because I don't want to go to a tavern. Everyone's like, dinner. And
You can still eat food at the tavern.
yeah, I mean, that's not why you go to taverns. You don't go for their 5-star service and food.
What do you go for then, Baron? Please enlighten me.
Maybe like a dedicated food serving place. Service.
Yeah, but these are my friends. I trust their food a lot more.
Well, but is it good? Is it just normal slop from the pot?
If May heard that, you would feel a boot on your
Varun,
ass.
it's definitely not a good idea to say that sort of thing about people that we are probably going to be having look after us here.
Well, we're not staying the night. We're just here for a quick meal, just hanging around.
I haven't seen them in forever, so I would like to at least say hi to them.
Varun, we may as well just stay here. The teleportation circle's not going anywhere. And we're just as likely to run into trouble here as we are in Meligar.
Well, in my opinion, I just don't see any reason to stay here, but.
Have to stay, we can just get something quick to eat.
It's fine. It's fine. It's the meal.
I'll let the others know where we are.
Okay. Yeah. As the three of you kind of walk into the actual establishment itself, you see at the very forefront of the actual bar, Gunther is currently deep in conversation with what appears to be a gnome. They, unfortunately, from the very entrance, you can't really understand what he's saying. Or, sorry, you can't really hear what he's saying, not understand. And the rest of the establishment is honestly quite full, but there is a booth or two open. Do you want to go sit down in a booth, go sit at the bar, talk to Gunther, see if May is around? What are you trying to do?
I'll head over to the bar counter and talk to Gunther.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as you approach, he kind of notices your presence. Ah! Lyra, good to see you. Give me one moment. He kind of goes back to his
take your time.
conversation. And you hear him discuss something about the intricacies of, deep gnome culture versus gnomish culture. Before he's like, okay, unfortunately, I'm not a subject expert on this topic. I'll do some research. I'll get back to you. Huh? Yeah, fucking other surface dwellers. Fucking the other gnome just kind of walks away. Isn't he a gnome too? He's not a deep gnome. He just kind of looks towards you.
Does he look like a deep gnome? What kind of gnome does this guy look like?
He's just a very tan gnome. He doesn't look that different from any other gnome. He's got a lot of hair, and honestly could probably pass for a dwarf if he gained some weight, but other than that, no. Just like a regular old gnome.
If I had to guess, rock gnome?
It's a possibility. But that's not what we're here for. Whatever discussion for that is just not interesting at all. Good God, he would not shut up about the intricacies. Gnomish invention this, gnomish invention that. I hate having kids. It's whatever.
Oh, I'm glad
Sounds
that
like
I
a-
could be your
Sounds like a
shining
delightful
number.
trap.
Oh, absolutely delightful. Sorry, what was that? You wanted a beer, Lyra?
No. Just passing through. I thought I'd stop by and say hi. It's been a while.
It has indeed been a couple of months. You look like you're doing healthy, you look like you're doing well, and you look like you've got some new companions. Why don't you introduce
Hi,
us?
yes.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Darcy. Darcy Electus.
Darcy Luctus. Fantastic to meet you. My name is Gunter Zunth. I am the owner and proprietor of Misthaven, a small bar, a small local watering hole, of which I like to introduce various adventurers and folks to because, well, it's quite the nice place.
See, they wouldn't believe me. They thought this was just some shoddy establishment.
I
Oi,
am insulted.
Do not lump me in with Varun.
I am incredibly insulted, though I completely understand. It's not for everyone. The area in which we kind of preside in is a little bit of a grey line in between the law and the lawless, so I, on the surface, prefer to stick more to the law, so.
You say gray area. I say just a little bit more freedoms.
It's a little bit more freedoms and a little bit more comfortable. It's really good to see you, Lyra, and it's really good to see that you're still in the same shape. That's the one. Still up.
For now.
Sorry,
For
might have
now.
had too many shots with the customers.
Yeah, business is booming.
Yes,
It's full
surprisingly, there's a lot of people coming in here. I guess it has something to do with the Feast of Days. There's a lot of extra room that they can't really find on the main road, so they'd have to come to a slightly less populated tavern. Though I do enjoy the business and the coin, I do not enjoy the company. Quite a lot of these people are just terrible people, just absolutely horrendous. One, they're boring. No adventuring stories, no heroic tales of slaying beasts and monsters. No, they were like, last week I made a trade deal. I got 1 gold off of this very beautiful coin purse. I could not be bothered to give a shit. Right? Sorry, that customer's still here. Don't worry about it. Yes. It's good to see.
Honestly, I wish our lives were like that because at the moment it's far from that. It'll take all night just to tell you what we've been through.
Well, don't mind me. I'll be here listening. He kind of just looks at you very intently. And preparing a meal or drinks or whatever is required, because a good story does require a good, strong drink.
That's more like it.
What would you like?
So,
He presents you a few options. You can get like a wine, hard liquor, mixed beer, ale, whatever.
let's just go something light. Let's just go with some beer and I don't know what food they got. Just the usual tavern food.
May has gotten her hands on some turkeys. So we've got some mashed potato gravy with turkeys. We've also got some, I believe it was pork rendered pork chops and some fresh vegetables.
Oh, fresh vegetables.
No, you can mix and match. It's all going to cost about the same. About a gold each.
Yeah.
I'll throw in the drink for free.
That's my man. What'll you guys have?
Well, turkey, mashed potatoes, and vegetable. All sounds good.
Fantastic.
So just some water and some pork chop and veggies.
Water. You're new around here, aren't you?
I'm afraid Veyron and I are usually quite sober.
No,
He used to be
that's
quite
not the
party
issue.
animal back
It's
in the day.
It's the issue that getting just clean, clear water is it's a very temple thing.
Yeah, I'm aware, but I don't drink alcohol anymore.
Do you want a mixed ale? I don't have clean water for you. Like if you wanted pure, just drinkability, you'll probably be better off heading to a temple to get something clean and clear. It's difficult to come across water that's not contaminated, at the very least, even slightly, in a city this size. Even well water at this point, it's not the best.
It's fine. I have my water skin. I was worried I'd run into this issue.
Okay. Well,
it's not easy being sober in the city.
No, especially not on the Feast of Days. Really? You're not going to drink at all?
Come on.
Yeah.
You can drink a little sip beer.
It is going against my hopes that I've taken for myself.
Oh, it's that you've taken for yours. Are you a paladin?
No.
You see him visibly get confused.
He's a cleric of Faldain, and before he took to the cloth, he had a lot of issues with substances, particularly alcohol.
That's me. In my years of living, I've taken more alcohol and drugs than everyone in this tavern combined.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yes,
I feel like you'd have good stories.
Most of them are bizarre.
Well, bizarre is better than boring. so I'll be right back. He kind of turns around, opens up like a big slot in the actual wooden wall, and you see May is currently in the back. She is cooking. Her hair has grown out a little bit, but not much longer than she usually had kept it before. And you see with her what appears to be another woman. They're both, as he opens the actual curtains themselves, they seem to be like chatting over what appears to be like a small drawing or something and just giggling at one another. He kind of looks over. May, you've got customers. She looks up. We got customers? We got customers. Oh, is that Lyra? Oh my God.
Kind of wave over at her.
She kind of runs out, grabs you into a big hug. Did you change? You look different. Is it the hair? No, it's not
Oh.
hair. It's something else. Attitude. Experience? Fun. You look like you're having fun.
I wouldn't say it's fun, but I've been experiencing things.
A lot more exciting than what you were doing before.
Yeah, I guess you can say it's exciting. Well, it's nice to see you too. You've also changed. I like your hair
Thank you.
growing it out a bit.
She likes it a little bit longer. I don't know why. But, you know, it is what it is. You wanted some food. What did you want? Gunther tells her all the food, all this stuff, before she just runs back into the back room, and you hear a stove being lit.
Fresh food.
Fresh food.
What's that drawing they were laughing over?
I'm not sure. Probably something in regards to whatever hobbies they've got in the back. It's not all about work. Though I wish it was. But, who knows? If you want to go ask, you can ask. What I'm more interested in about, he kind of points towards you, Lara, is what's going on with you. You've got new scars, or at the very least, I think. Unless
I
those are
hope
like-
these will heal.
Well, they don't look too bad.
I'm sure I'll get plenty more soon.
Adventurous. Well, now, do be careful out there. Don't hurt yourself doing something you know you can't do. It's what put me here. So,
Well, I hope you have an opening soon because I might join you.
oh, really? You're giving up the adventuring life?
You know, if I lose an arm or a leg,
Oh,
I don't really have a choice.
well, at that point, sure, but I'm
The way
sure
we're going is more likely than not.
that's ominous.
Sorry, I am in a very bad mental place right now. I'm just gonna. Sorry.
Are you sure you don't want a beer?
I get the distinct impression that if I do it now, I'm not going to stop, and I don't want to have to crawl my way out of that particular pit.
Oh, you won't have to. I will personally put you in bed.
No, I don't mean like I won't stop drinking tonight. I mean I won't stop drinking ever.
It's
No,
more,
I
more
drink every
business
day.
for you.
I drink every day. Doesn't stop me.
I used to drink every day. Look where it got me.
Into the clergy. See? You could be a man of the
Pretty
cloth
kind of a-
eventually.
And a potential father of doesn't.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad. Got a few of your genetics running around.
Pretty
Sounds like
sure he's
fun.
got a few in free reach too.
The problem is he doesn't remember a single one of them.
Well, he
So
doesn't
the
have
alcohol
to.
does.
If he doesn't remember any of them, doesn't have to pay for them.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say no to that drink. Sorry.
Fair enough. But I have a solution to your woes, and if you won't take it, that's not my fault.
There's someone else that we journey with that I've seen what drowning the woes does, and it's turned him into practically a bloody psychopath most of the time. And I'm not going down that road.
Practically is not a psychopath. Yet. Therefore, still some humanity and leftover peopleness.
Yes, I'm aware. However, I'm already startlingly close to walking the same road. I'm not going to take that step willingly.
He looks towards you, Lyra.
He's stubborn.
I'm going to hand you, Lyra, 2 beers. Do with that what you will.
Well, sure thing.
What's that look for?
Oh, don't you worry. He gives Lyra a
force
nod.
feeds you the beer.
But, really, it's all fun. Just a little bit won't hurt. Especially tonight. It's the Feast of Days. We're all here
I promise, Darcy, it's not too strong. It's honestly a bit like water.
I made it extra weak just for you. Sorry, just for you.
The peer pressure is insane.
Fine. Darcy will take the
Hey!
drink begrudgingly.
It's actually very, very weak. It's like maybe 2% alcohol.
Oh, Darcy's crippling alcoholic journey begins.
But yeah, honestly, it's pleasant. It's a little bit warm going down. The actual water itself is very cool, but you know, it's a warming feeling as you kind of down it a little bit. But yeah, it's nice. You see Gunther, and kind of eventually all of your food comes out. It's 2 gold since Veyron decided not to opt into the food.
Darcy already paid for his.
2 gold.
1 gold each. Sorry.
Jake, drink some water.
It does not help. It's not like a lack of water that's causing it. I actually have like something here, or something's going on here. I will live probably, but yeah. So, was there anything specific you wanted to discuss with Gunther, or
No, I give him 5 gold.
he takes it, looks at you. Oh, I forgot how generous you were. You sure?
You know what they say, you know, a little kindness goes a long way. And, you know, you've always been there for me every time, so I expect to keep receiving that in the future.
I'm always here. I don't typically go anywhere else. Business is good enough that I can, you know, stay afloat. And it's interesting enough that I won't ever get bored. But, yeah, this place is nice. It's good. It's home. And if you're ever missing a home, he kind of gestures around. You know, May and her girlfriend would definitely not be shy to share their room. Or you could probably get a place permanently upstairs. We can get you a place. I could arrange something. I could throw out one of the guests.
Exactly, that's what I'm investing in the future.
You
But,
sly dog. He takes the 5 coins.
But yeah, let's hope we can rid Free Reach of its vampire problem before we even think about that.
Oh, yes. That shit. It's been going on for a while. It's inconsistent, isn't it? It's so strange because it happens once every couple of weeks, but the amount of weeks is always just inconsistent. The time is always inconsistent. I don't know why they keep attacking or doing these things, but when the people disappear, he kind of thinks for a moment. Huh.
What?
No, there's no way. Sorry.
And just, no, there's been plenty of just weird random things. You may as well just tell us. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, then hallelujah.
Well, feels. Oh, potentially. Potentially. All right. This is super theory. Because I don't know the details. I don't know anything. But whenever I hear about a disappearance from the town crier, it always feels like it's a couple of nights before a full moon. Either of the moons.
God damn it.
I'm sorry?
Darcy just fucking face palms. Just a face table.
You're,
God damn it!
so, I mean, you want more alcohol?
No.
Okay. Just don't.
Starting to really
Stop
hate
slam.
the moon.
What's wrong with the moons?
It's a funny story.
All right. Let me weave you a tale of the glorious tragedy, and for proof, afterwards, I'll show you something fucking weird.
Tragedy. Well, if it's an interesting tale, and it's not about fucking saving money on wallets, I'll take it.
All right. So, I met these two along with our three other companions here in Free Reach
Mm-hmm.
several months ago.
I remember. Lyra, that was when Lyra was last back here.
Yes. I am originally from Audilon. I am a woodcarver by trade. I make work such as this, and Darcy will pull one out, for example.
What? Honestly? That's beautiful. How much is it?
Thank,
Is it for sale?
by all means. Here, just take it.
Oh! I mean, I won't say no. Kind of takes it, places it on the shelf behind him. Continue, please.
Right. So, occasionally, people bring me fun little things for appraisals or examining, or just to see if I might want to buy it.
Mm-hmm. As would be
Strange
with
chap.
any trades, really.
Agreed. One day, strange little chap brings in a curious little item. A immaculately carved wooden doll of a woman in a tattered dress.
Terrifying.
Indeed, it was creepy, but there's a market for such things, and I was just in awe of the craftsmanship, and
Was
frankly,
it
I had no
cursed?
reason to.
Tell me it was cursed.
Not in the standard sense.
Oh.
Because when someone thinks of cursed, granted, in my field, I heard plenty of things about cursed dolls. Usually it's the doll doing the killing.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're skipping a few steps ahead. Usually it's the doll doing the killing. This would imply that you're doing the killing for the doll?
It certainly
Also-
wants me to.
Oh, so it is cursed.
Not so much, because the doll itself is a conduit for two beings from before recorded time that are currently stuck on the moons.
Okay. Not dragons.
For a
though,
while-
right? They're not dragons?
Not dragons. No, not dragons.
Okay. So
Thankfully, not dragons.
There was something before the first age. Before the first
Yeah.
the first plague.
Yes, I don't know if you might have heard of them. They're called loons. Lunef.
Well, that sounds completely unfamiliar to me. However, I am familiar with the concept of lunar. So maybe
Yeah.
that's where the name came from?
Potentially. They're some of the first beings to have ever existed. And this doll is a loon artifact. Apparently, there's a history dating back a few centuries of previous ages of this doll finding its way into the care of someone, and those people mysteriously vanishing after going a little, well, murdery.
Ah. Oh. So not the good
As it,
so not the good fun and interesting kind of curse. The one that gets you killed kind of curse is more what it sounds like.
Precisely. So, these beings are sisters who were on either side of a great cosmic war.
Oh.
And well, it was probably a few other battles, but they made it sound like their battles in particular. If you look at the moon and see those craters,
Yes.
that's the aftermath.
Oh. Well, that must have been some very impressive fighting.
Honestly,
Craters.
if I were there to see it, I'd probably be dead because just all the power being flung around would have evaporated me.
We did go to the moon though.
We did.
That was pretty cool.
What?
At the very least, mentally, we went to the moon.
That's cool. See? Adventuring.
Oh no, it's utterly fascinating. I mean, look at this. Darcy will show the carving he has of the planet surface from the view of the moon.
Wow. Is that Idriosa?
That it is.
Yeah, it's a circle. Can you believe it? That was
Yes.
flat this whole time.
No. What? Have you never seen a ship sail away?
Before you sail off the edge of the planet.
There's no edge to the planet.
There's no edges. I mean, Lyra, you're entitled to your beliefs. They're wrong.
No.
But,
Nonetheless. Apparently, those two sisters are fighting over possession of my body so that they can take it over and do what they please and escape their prison. Usually by ripping out my soul and taking its place.
Okay. Have you sought out a way to detach this doll from you?
Yes, I have. Believe me.
Is it
We're not
something that's
finding-
achievable?
I have to go to a place called the Pit.
Wait, sorry. Well, given that I'm a tiefling, I'm very familiar with the Hells. The Pit is in the very center of the Hells. It is the location where demons and abominations spawn out of.
Yes, so
That
you see my
pit.
predicament. Yes.
Well, I know. No, I'm kidding.
And even then I hold out no hope that it will actually break the connection because well, they're not there now because recently some changes occurred in the dynamic,
Okay.
and I'm still trying to figure them out. But well, you're not terribly squeamish, are you?
No, not at all.
Darcy lifts up his shirt.
That's your stomach.
Yes.
That's your liver. Oh my god, it pulses.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
That's really cool. It's like a window into your body.
Yeah, I'm not particularly thrilled that this is the case.
Oh,
although
no.
admittedly,
Wait, do you can you
admittedly,
still
I am
feel like your stomach?
this yes, I can. This admittedly is rather new. This happened today
Oh.
Yeah.
because a vampire who can stop time tried to disintegrate me.
Disintegrate is a familiar concept. Time stopping is a familiar concept. Vampire that stops time that can also disintegrate people, that is not a familiar concept.
Yes, free reach is fucked.
Well, I haven't heard of anybody getting disintegrated in Free Reach. It's just missing peoples, and they're typically young and attractive males and females, but nothing like that. Oh god, Mei Li might be targeted. I hope not.
Well, as it is, Darcy will sketch out of a picture. He can probably change his appearance, but here's what he looked like.
Never seen him before. But I will
Good,
keep
hope
an
that you
eye
don't.
out. Strange.
If I don't know, maybe distribute it to the gods, perhaps.
Well, sure, that might not be a bad idea. You know why they keep taking away these people?
Turning them,
For what?
feeding on them, something terrible, always.
But here's the thing, right? If you're feeding on them, why take the trouble of taking them with you?
Sacrificing them.
If I was a vampire, which I'm not, but if I were, I'd just drink their blood, leave them in the alley, run away.
Right. So here's the thing, though. We've been to the Tri-Point. We have been within that lovely little red blighted area of death and awfulness.
Right, yeah. Left
The
behind by
castle,
some rumored people.
the
Things.
castle has a giant orb of blood floating above it, from which is spawning horrible abominations of vampiric origin.
That's a little too close to home.
Yes. Frankly, I'm wondering why we haven't tried to tell any governing officials of any countries, but frankly, we'd probably be laughed out of the room.
Well, I'm pretty sure they are involved in the affairs of Free Reach.
Lyra is a grey. She's a monster hunter. I feel like, at the very least, you would get an audience. The Council of Free Reach. Oh god, I fucking forgot it's a council now. But the Council of Free Reach has a variety of people from all of the houses all over the Midlands. So I'm sure they'd be willing to hear you out.
Just to make sure I'm remembering correctly, if it with the A on the end, A on the end is the bad side of the Oriole family.
Oriella!
That would be
Yes.
correct.
Please tell me House Oriella is not on that council.
Funny you should say that you actually just recently joined. Why? Is that not...
Because they're horrible people.
What?
And okay, here's an so
I think
Well,
you're giving me a bit much, but I'm
Yeah,
willing
honestly.
to listen to it. This is so much more interesting than I have ever thought anybody could give me. So, he brings out a popcorn box. No, I'm kidding. He does.
I wouldn't
he-
blame him if he,
He
did.
does start snacking
Honestly.
on like he does start snacking on like this like potato that's been cut in a curled up shape and like deep fried. So he's just like chewing on this long thing. He's like, keep going.
So,
So-
a long ass curly fry.
Hmm.
So within our group is a fellow who used to be a part of the Oriella family.
Define used to.
They locked him in the basement, tortured him, and basically left him for dead.
Oh, that's not very royal of them.
Because and get this. They also locked up an infant child down there as well and left it for dead before coming over here.
Well, I was going to make a joke until I heard the infant part. Now that's just fucked up.
Indeed.
Especially when you gotta dig it up.
No, we didn't have to dig it up. We buried it.
Right, yes, the other way around.
We found it in the basement.
This was not pleasant at all.
No, frankly, if it weren't,
I'm going to
frankly,
be
if it were up
honest.
to me, I would have burned down the entire house.
This is very hard to believe. Because everything that I've seen from the Oriellas is that they are nice, decent people who are here. The only reason they are here is they provide the many years of wisdom that they said they've kind of gathered at the behest of the Oriel.
They do not. They do not have that wisdom.
Yeah.
Quite
They've
frankly,
been around for centuries. Of course they have wisdom. They've already provided a variety
the
of different
Oriel,
policies.
the Oriel family would have
They
the wisdom,
have
but
a variety of policies they've already introduced within the council that have taken effect. It's been very
Like what?
helpful. It's some minor things. There's this new kind of installation of sewage cleaning that's assisting. It's essentially taking all the inflows and kind of clearing out the sewers, making them larger in certain areas, and kind of like flushing it forwards. It's good. It's an introduction that'll keep the city much more clean, and yeah.
And it gives them control of the sewers.
Oh, I
Yeah.
suppose it does, doesn't it?
When
This
you have
is-
control of it, when you have control of a city's zoning, you can make as many layers as you like.
It is a group of their people they hired to do the work.
Well, I guess we know where to find them.
Wait,
Interesting.
are they stealing my shit?
God,
Do you do
I
stuff
don't-
with the sewers?
I don't think they're doing that. However,
No, but think about it like this, right? What if they're using magic to create a giant poop monster? Possibility?
That would be
yes?
a possibility. I don't want to imagine that it's possibly real at all, because that sounds
No.
horrendous.
I don't know enough about magic, but it's not impossible.
Exactly.
It's not impossible.
I've seen
I
a
think-
wizard animate a chair.
Um,
well, you just mentioned they were a wise family. I don't think that's something a wise family does.
Well,
I would
you
hope
know.
not.
Well, you're giving me an entirely different story that contradicts my wise family story, so... At this
Ultimately,
point,
all
I
you
don't
need
know.
all you need to know is that they are more than willing to do whatever the hells they need to do to
Hmm.
keep their squeaky clean image.
Well, they should have
Underneath
started with the fucking sewers.
Underneath that thin varnish is nothing but mold, mildew, and rot.
The mold, mildew, and rot will eventually fall apart.
Precisely.
No, the
Better
real
hope it
question
doesn't
is,
take the entire. Doesn't hope it doesn't. Just better hope it doesn't spread to the rest of the city before it does.
there's no thing that I could do to help, really, is there? No.
No,
there really
no.
isn't. I'm a fucking
And,
business owner. All I have here is my business.
Do you know anyone who might not like the Orioles? Or Orioles? Sorry,
The
Orielas.
Orioles were her heroes. The Oriellas are an unknown secondary house to the Orioles. So frankly, even getting anybody to even know who they are is a challenge.
But can you think of anyone who might not like them suddenly coming into power and deciding all of these things? Like within the Lord's Ward, specifically, but anyone,
It's
any
a
rumors.
council. It's a council. It's fully, all of them have equal rights. It is essentially a council with a representative from each house that they come in and vote on the decisions that they're required on. It's not a party. It's not this person all of a sudden comes into power. They are all equal in that council. This was decided by the people who followed up after Emperor Pentagast died. Do you know what? Are all of you familiar with the history of Freereach? I'm guessing not.
Unfortunately, not. No.
No, not really.
Sort
I
of.
fell
bits
asleep in
and
that
pieces.
class.
Bits and pieces. But essentially, what Pentagast did is that he unknowingly to the populace, made a deal with the devil. Specifically, if I recall correctly, he made a deal with the devil of lust. Or power to take over Umber. I don't know what the exact details of that shit was. I don't care. The issue is that devil and Emperor Pentagast exerted so much influence over the populace, over the guards, that it physically and mentally changed quite a lot of people. There was a bloodbath after Pentecost died. Of regular people trying to defend themselves against these monsters that swarmed Freereach. Freereach is half the size that it used to be. We've only recently really started to forget. So that's why power is in no way, shape, or form ever going to return to one person. A group, a council, with 1 or 2 corrupt members can easily be overruled.
The only problem with that is, what if this? There can't be any. What if someone who has reason to suspect the Oriole? What if he's being silenced by that majority because no one else is seeing?
Or others can be controlled by the Orioles.
Precisely.
Vampires can do that.
Are you saying the Orioles are vampires?
No, they themselves probably aren't, but
Be
for all we know,
impressive repertoire.
at this point, who knows? Anyone could be in league with them, and they're power hungry.
They
From
are
everything that we
power
understand.
hungry. That one is definitely true. Bunch of fucking assholes, really. Who wants power? Look at you. Look at them. You have to do so much. It's so much work. Why would you ever want to do that?
I would rather just go back to being a very simple shopkeeper.
Exactly. That's why I'm here. I listen to stories about all these grand adventures. I don't have to partake. I don't risk anything, but I get all the good bits, you know? No offense.
No, trust me. You are losing out on nothing by simply hearing it from us.
Well, of course, I don't get to experience it, which I would prefer to be doing, if I still could, but unfortunately, not able to anymore. But, yeah, listening to it is just fantastic. But, I mean, what are you going to do? All of you going to try and attempt to kill the Orioles?
No.
I'll let our friend in our group decide about what to do about them. Does not really concern us too much.
Yeah. Plus, we're not really executioners. We
Here's
know
another
they've
thing.
done bad stuff.
Here's another thing. We don't even know if what we're theorizing here is true. We might just be wanting to think the worst of someone or grasp at something that could be possible.
Okay, but if you
Yeah.
find a baby Bones chained up in a basement...
Oh, don't get me wrong. I want to burn down their entire house.
That's psychopathic, at the very least. Like, true psychopathy. Unlike your
Yeah.
friend, who is, not there yet.
Yeah, it concerns me for Free Reach's future if they're in power.
But they're not. They are on the council, and the council, though they can have discussions, they don't hold any more power than any of the other great... Was it 10?
On that,
50 houses? I don't even remember how many there are in the lordships.
unless they make a play and kill all of them and take control for themselves.
Well, at that point, the rest of the people will not be happy with that, and there are measures to keep...
Unless they're all cowed by an army of vampires.
That would be
Yeah, I feel like none of this. I don't think any of that would happen.
This is all theorizing, and I'm depressed. So of course, I'm going to the pessimistic route.
Why are you linking the Orioles with the vampires?
There is no connection.
There is plenty of connection.
Really. Name one.
How about their ancestor?
Their ancestor.
Okay, but I feel like that's a little racist, you know? I'm a tiefling. I'm not evil.
No, I'm not saying you are.
But I did originate from the hells. He kind of points at his curled horns. My ancestors were evil. Hmm?
Yes, in some far off piece of the family tree, I'm part of the Feywild.
See? I don't think ancestry really shapes.
I'm not saying it shapes who someone is. It shapes the knowledge they have and the choices they make.
Right, but that's not
Ages?
direct evidence. That's just
I'm
maybe a
not
pointed connection on
saying it is. It is a base to jump off from, like the pier that I want to jump off of with a cinder block tied around my ankle right now.
Do you want a cinder block? I could just give you one.
No, don't actually give me a cinder block.
Then don't ask for things you don't want. Look, I get it. I understand you're sad. I understand you're pissed off. But things are how they are. You have a way that... Sorry. There's always a solution to every problem. Right? It might not be the easiest solution, but there is always a solution to every problem. Maybe that solution is jumping into the river with a cinder block tied around your legs. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could.
I probably wouldn't even die anyways.
Well, considering you said that the doll can do that to your stomach, they could probably do something to your lungs.
Probably. My point is, ultimately, we have no idea what the hell we are doing. We have no idea what the hell is going to be around the next corner we turn. You have no idea what the hell is going on anywhere.
No one else does.
The only thing I'm
Okay.
absolutely certain of is that Filden is the most boring backwater out there.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But here's my advice on how to handle these things, right? I had the same paralysis of decisions when I was an adventurer. We didn't know where we would go next. We didn't know what to do next. We didn't know where we were getting our next meal. And honestly, we didn't save the world or anything, but we got through our fair share of troubles, issues. The way we went about it is that we always broke it down into pieces and determined exactly what we could handle. And even if we couldn't handle it, even if we thought it was too much, sometimes we still went ahead with it anyways. And in the end, all of us survived, except for, my friend's dog, which is really unfortunate, because he died to our druid, who turned into a bear and accidentally crushed him. It was really bad. But yeah, all of us survived. I have a limp leg, sure, or lame leg, sure, but it still functions. I could still walk around just fine. Still alive. I know that my advice probably doesn't apply in the same way that it does to yours, whatever you're going through. But I feel like you should just see things through.
I've got no choice in the matter.
Well, you've always got choice. You've always got some sort of choice.
And Darcy lifts his shirt up again. This does not look like a choice.
He takes a cinder block, places it on the table. Choice.
Don't do that, Darcy.
I'm not going to.
I'm just saying, there's always a choice.
I'm just tired of being given the stupid choices.
At least,
Well, then
at least
make
you're...
your own choices. Push ahead.
I try.
Punch something
I
in the
try
face.
to. I certainly try to. And then it keeps getting shown it doesn't matter what choices I make. Nothing
Okay.
I've done
Now, tell me,
has
why
mattered.
do you believe that none of your choices that you've made matters? Didn't
'Cause-
you making those choices not lead you here?
It feels like every single step I take, I'm on square one.
Did one of those
Every
choices
single
cause that stomach?
Yes,
Well, it was a choice.
Bloody stupid one.
But you still chose to do it because you thought it was the right way to go about it. So make your choices, stick with them. If you get punished, that's not your fault. That's not the world's fault.
I don't want my
It's just what
choices
happens.
to get my friends killed. And just have me sitting there at the end, a patchwork of translucent threads and organs.
Well, at that point, you wouldn't be much you anymore, would you?
Precisely.
Well, I can't tell you what to do. I can, however, tell you that you are very deep up to your necks. However, there are ways to get into the hells and get into the pit with relatively little issues. Surviving in the pit is an entirely different manner, but surviving in the hells
I'm not
is
going to the
possible.
pit. It's not going to do anything anyways.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying,
there could
it's
be other
possible.
stuff. I mean,
Right.
how would you get out of the hells?
Getting in
After
and
that.
out of the hells is actually relatively simple. The air itself, the place, the location itself, is relatively livable. Breathing is not quite as easy as it is here on the material, sure, but so long as you take it easy, you don't travel too far, you're usually going to be okay. If you're resistant to fire, he kind of gestured to himself, then you resist and you remain on that plane as long as you wish, with absolutely no punishments, unless you come across people or things that want to kill you. Though, most devils will not. They are lawfully, contractually obliged to attempt their best to, get shit out of you before they try and kill you. All of them have a mind. All of them have thoughts. Every single one of them can be conversed with. And, to be fair, all of them prefer conversation over blows. But if you strike, they'll strike back. It won't be much harder
Yeah, if
than
we
you
go
want to be.
if we go there, the psychopath I mentioned is going to swing first, talk never.
I think
You know,
you could probably just not bring him. That would probably
Potentially.
be the best idea.
Potentially.
theoretically, if you wanted to kill a devil, is that possible? How?
If you
that
wanted to
one?
kill a true devil, it is, yes. You kill them here on the material plane. That sends them back to the hells. And then within the hells, you'd have to find out where they live. Where their current, the best way to put this is birth point is. Once you find that birth point, and you can kill them again before they regenerate and regain their form.
Oh,
That is the only true way you could kill a devil.
is that safer than just going to the hells and killing one? Theoretically, yes, of course.
Well, the thing is,
Theoretically.
if you kill it, or if you attempt to attack one in the hells, they will die. But one, it's very difficult to kill a devil in the hells. Two, if you do manage to kill it, its recovery time will be significantly lower, and it'll still have to go back and recover. So you have all the worst parts of it and none of the benefits. If you kill it here on the material plane, you send it back, it's a weak piece of shit. You go back to the hells, kill it there. Boom. Wait, are you doing this with Devil's Essence?
Well,
It's the
essence of
only-
the devil, what?
It's part of it. It's part of an ingredient to cure sister of a sickness.
Yeah, good luck. There's technically 3
Hmm.
ways. 3 ways. 1, make a deal with the devil. Ask them for something, and ask them for a devil's essence, and then you give them something of equal value in return. It doesn't have to be your soul. It shouldn't ever be your soul. Don't ever gamble your soul away. That's a terrible idea. Your soul is already indebted, so good luck. But for the rest of you, never gamble your souls away.
Right. No. So in that case, very room, just have me strike up a business.
Business deal. That's actually exactly what it should be. 2,
Hmm.
you kill
It can't go any
the
worse than it can't go any worse in my life than it already has.
Well, That's a really pessimistic way of looking at it. Think of it like this: it can only go up from here.
I guess.
Can it? You could always go down too.
No,
There-
no,
there-
no, no,
there-
no, 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 no. There's no more.
No,
down,
there
no
is
more
one
down.
distinct way it goes
Only up.
down.
Only
One
up.
distinct.
Only up. Positive thinking.
positive
Positive
vibes.
thinking.
Right, no, the only way for me to go is up to the moon where I will remain till the end of time.
Man, you really are.
I've been dealing with this for 3 months, and before then, I was just a normal shopkeeper. What do you expect? I have not had the time to cope.
I expect you'll need this. He hands you a bottle of wine.
Fuck it.
2, you kill that devil. On the, in the hells. There is technically a third way to obtain it as well.
Just gonna do this right now.
Mhm.
So that bottle's gone in like 10 minutes.
The deal with the devil is the easiest way to acquire it. Killing the one is probably the hardest way to go about it. The third way is to find someone powerful enough that they can simply wish the ingredient into existence.
Oh,
We know someone.
I sincerely doubt Van Bloom is going to use that much power for us.
Oh, you know
Well,
that?
well, not for free. Oh,
Well,
yes.
I guess that's easier than making a deal with the devil, right? We give him something equal in return.
Potentially. Though, it is a big ask. You're essentially asking someone to use their most powerful spell in their entire arsenal to create a potion ingredient.
You hear bloody fairy tales about Wish.
But Wish could potentially solve my problem right there, and you want it for a potion ingredient. Or at least make my situation better.
I'm sure Van Bloom would have used it on you if it would help you.
Oh,
Maybe before you punch the librarian.
We don't talk about that. That didn't happen.
Some librarians, they definitely deserve to be punched.
That fucker
Yeah.
definitely deserved it.
yeah. Plus, I'm using that material to save a life too. I'm not just using it willy nilly.
No, I get that, but at the same time, bottle's down to about half by now, probably.
Yeah, okay. Buddy, he takes it back a little bit. Take it slowly. All right, I understand you want to get rid of your woes, but you don't need to drown them. You've got some interesting friends, Lyra. Some very interesting friends.
She's genuinely the most normal one of the group.
Surprising. I can't believe it myself.
Grey Warden is the most normal one of the group.
Yes.
Now that's a first. That really is a first, actually.
It's a strange feeling. You never get used to it.
Well, I guess this is how normal people feel, Lyra. How does it feel? Being normal. Boring.
It feels weird.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's okay. You're experiencing everybody else's stories.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to any longer.
Well,
Let me off this ride.
The ride never ends.
Yeah, I took the brakes off of those.
God, going to the hells and going to the moon. Like, come on.
What? Haven't you always wanted to travel?
Honestly,
I've always
going to the
wanted
hells ain't gonna. Going to the hells isn't going to help us anyway. Just for the doll, that just means they're free to do whatever they bloody wish.
I mean, you said that they were loons, which means they belong on the material plane, right? If they're powerful, they'll probably be weakened on the pits just as much as you would be. I don't know if it'll give you a fighting chance, but it could.
It depends on whether or not they materialize by the doll, or if they
or if their chains on the moon break. I don't know how it works.
Are they literally or figuratively on the moon?
They are literally on the moon.
Oh. Really? I feel like someone would have seen them by now. He kind of looks up. He realizes he is looking at a wooden ceiling and then looks down again.
Well, the moons are big, so
Yeah,
probably
very
hiding
big.
somewhere.
The moons are big, they are small, we are small.
Hmm. Fair enough, I suppose. But you know,
And
sometimes
besides,
it's
if
just
they
how it
get
is.
free, who knows? The first sign of it would be potentially be the moon's exploding as they go back to trying to kill each other.
I don't think that's a good thing.
No, it's not. You see my predicament and my unfortunate thoughts on this matter. I can't do anything to help myself that won't with someone else's life. Oh dear.
I'm okay.
You okay there, Jake?
Yeah, all good. Probably not. It's fine.
Dude. Get yourself some cough drops or something.
Yeah, you're dying.
It's fine.
I'm expecting you to go off screen while you're coughing, and you just to come up with blood out of your mouth.
Yeah. Oh damn! I wish I had prop blood right now. It's like,
Don't do that to me, man. Darcy's the depressed one. I don't need that shit in my life.
No, I'm fine, but I will go get some water.
Yeah.
Next Halloween. Prop blood everywhere. I'm gonna cosplay as Diogo next Halloween. Get stabbed real quick.
Also, I apologize if I am being a downer. I genuinely have zero idea how Darcy would be feeling other than just extremely stressed and reactive.
Yeah, he's a
Fine,
Debbie
Darcy.
Downer.
Darcy's kind of drunk right now, so
You know, I just don't want to be annoying you guys.
no, it's fine. It's Darcy's character. No, I hope this serves as therapy for Darcy.
It doesn't.
Can I ask real quick out of character where this whole Ariellas are aligned with the vampires thing is coming from?
He's grasping at straws that never fucking exist.
It's just so funny to me. Because
So
the
they're the
only
same
reason
thing.
Varys isn't in the family is because he's a vampire. So everyone's like, yeah, you know they're aligned with vampires. I'm like, where is this coming from of all things?
You
That
never
is
know.
the
They
least likely thing.
might be fine with it if they're outside the family. Who knows?
Maybe.
You never fucking know. These people are assholes.
No, it's just so funny when you were like, yeah, you know, they might be working with vampires. I'm like, wow.
At the very
Wild
least,
suggestion.
hey, they're opening up the sewers. It might be easier for vampires to move around now.
That is true.
I think that was the catalyst.
So tough to
I
get down
mean,
to the
there's
sewers.
lots of shady stuff that happens in sewers, so that's just like connecting like random dots that didn't that aren't supposed to
I
connect.
think there's also the fact that I think somewhere in my mind, as Darcy's mind, is just a matter of I want to wrap this up quickly so that something can fucking change and actually mean something. Fucking god damn it!
Yep, definitely super.
Oh, you didn't die.
I did not die. No, I'm okay.
Did the water help at all?
No.
You need to get yourself some cough drops or something.
I have cough drops. I don't think they'll help you there.
Oh.
You know what? I'll go get some just for the fuck of it. Give me. I'll be back.
It's either this or go to the hospital.
I'll be fine.
No, come on.
I would say that would be such a costly maneuver, but they're in Canada, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
It's free anyway.
I wish.
Yeah, except you're waiting like 2 hours.
I would take a 2-hour wait if it meant I didn't have to pay thousands of dollars.
That's true.
Honestly.
2 hours is very generous.
It's more like 8.
At least you don't have
Well,
to pay.
go figure hospitals have wait times because everybody's able to actually go to them.
Yeah, whereas in the USA, everyone's like, "No, I'm good. I don't need the hospital. I'm
We
good."
get helped quickly. The problem is it's because nobody actually wants to fucking go to the hospital.
Kind of true. I've been to one before. It was kind of empty.
No one wants to go. It's too expensive.
People would rather sit in their chairs and die than go into the hospital and pay hundreds of dollars.
I'm back. I have cough drops. I also have a cookie.
Excellent.
Hey.
But yeah. God, where were we even in this conversation?
Let's have
Well-
the others fucking meet up with us. Finally, we've been fucking
Yeah. While you
waffling
guys are
for
kind of like,
ages.
while Darcy is wallowing, the other
Fireman.
three do eventually make it into the tavern, as Darcy had informed them of where they were.
I like to imagine it happened while I was ducking my brother's spell.
just all of a sudden in the back of your mind. Hey, so with the Mist Haven, whenever you're done with whatever you're doing,
Absolutely no response back because I was still worried about getting killed.
maybe just a mental. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Just
literally.
left on red.
Yeah.
I truly, I think the other one could be goes, "Oh fuck."
Darcy just reads that in his book. They're probably fine.
Alright. But yeah. The three of you make it in, and you see Darcy like kind of sprawled out on the counter, an entire bottle of finished wine in his hands. The tiefling man kind of looking towards Lyra, and Viren just having small talk at this point as you guys come in.
Who let the depressed one drink?
May, I gave him that.
Yeah.
Rough day, huh?
Why?
It might help him. I don't know.
He's depressed. Let's make him at least forget about it for a little while.
I haven't forgotten shit.
Well, that means you haven't had enough. He brings out another bottle of wine.
Fine, Mr. Magic Bartender. Let's see if this potion works.
No, no magic. Just a lot of alcohol.
I was being facetious.
So, have a lovely dinner.
Oh, did you guys want dinner as well?
Right. This is the rest of my group.
Hello, fantastic to meet you. Now, I'm trying to guess which one is the psychopath. And I'm guessing. I'm gonna go with you. He points at Artemis. I made an insight check. Or
Little old me,
yes.
you would be incorrect.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. Wait, then you?
Sure.
He points at points at Forrest.
No, you were correct the first time. He's just a liar and an idiot.
Oh,
I'm a
closer to
high functioning
sociopath.
psychopath.
Closer to sociopath,
Psychopath,
really.
nonetheless.
is there a difference?
To him, there is.
Right, you and your seeing eye lizard.
Seeing eye.
It's a
lizard.
long story. Not really. He pretended to be blind so he can get his pet lizard in.
It did work.
Then this
Well,
is the size of a house.
if it worked. What? You mean
He
It's
can
not
ride it.
a dragon? Is what you're saying?
No. We killed the
No.
dragon.
You've
No,
killed
it's
the
about
dragon.
my size.
You killed the dragon, and you didn't mention that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah,
we
we've been
all
through a
we all
lot.
fought a dragon.
We all made it out
survived.
100% alive.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of show my. I take off my cloak and I show off my
after
armor.
this expenditure of two diamonds.
Oh, so 2 of you did die. Mm.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, we just had to identify a couple items, and we had no pearls, so that was the next best thing.
That's not how that works.
Give me a
Yeah,
deception check.
With disadvantage because Darcy literally just said,
Yep,
that's not how that works.
probably with disadvantage. Oh,
Wow.
Honestly, he's very convincing, and he's like,
He doesn't know what he's
I'm
talking about. it's
ignoring
fine.
the drunk man, but that's impressive. That's really impressive.
Ignoring me is probably for the best.
You'll be fine. He kind of starts patting your back.
I would just go sit in the corner and be forgotten.
No, stay here. Stay here. Here's some water. It's not water.
Darcy smells it. Artemis, can I see one of your matches?
No. No.
Can I like purify food and drink and like turn the alcohol to water?
You know, I could clear your drunkenness here, Darcy.
Not going to lie, every single time you do something like that is very unpleasant on the body.
That should be a refreshing feeling.
What have you been doing? Just sitting here talking the whole time?
Yes,
Pretty much.
to me.
Uh,
I've been learning more and more about your group, and I am more and more concerned about all of your physical
What do you
health.
mean more and more about our group?
He kind of
They were-
gives you a very short summary of what's been disclosed.
Is spilling the
Whereas
tea.
your ex-family is working on the steward.
Yeah.
No, I would not, most of the time, I would appreciate it if who I was wasn't exactly revealed.
Oh, don't worry. Your secret's safe with me.
Also, my brother did try to kill me today, so there's that.
Oh,
Oh, is that what that? Oh, is that what that was?
wait,
Yes, he tried to-
Sebastian.
Yes.
Really? You
He
seem so
sent an
nice.
assassin after me earlier.
Oh.
Oh, that guy I killed.
Oh, also, he is the one who put the baby in the basement
Ah,
and set a trap for the golem knight thing to kill me when I arrived. So,
lovely sibling you got there.
isn't he?
You've got a very interesting family, Mr. Oriole.
The most loving the most loving brother this side of the reach.
At least yours tries to hold himself back.
True.
From what?
Killing him.
That's
a
oh, you
whole
are going
other-
to have to disclose this one. Please.
So, out of curiosity, have you always lived here in Free Reach?
I've been here the majority of my life, yes.
Okay, well, hold on. So between Low Castle and Far Reach, there's a little town about midway there. Mostly, it's not really big. Doesn't really have a lot of like places to restock, but it was mostly stopped at for, drink really. There was a big tavern. My mother worked there.
Oh, I do remember
Yeah,
that
my
place.
brother.
Wasn't it leveled?
Yes, my brother did that.
Oh.
New information says he's possessed.
Well, I've found the most interesting group in the universe.
That's what I've been
Hello.
saying.
I don't want to be interesting. I want to go back to being boring.
What did you mean my family has control of the sewers?
Oh, they've put into effect a bunch of changes throughout Free Reach. Something that they put together and voted for in the Free Reach Council, which was approved, was a revamp of the sewage system. It would allow all of the waste to flow through better. So a lot of the tunnels and kind of things are getting widened out. Some of them are having their channels redirected, things like that. That's what the public has heard. And I am the public, therefore I don't know anything else.
The Orioles are
Oh.
shitmongers.
Yes, they might be creating a monster out of shit. That was my theory.
And what else have they decided to get passed through?
Everything else has been minor. Just general improvements to Free Reach, of which are visible. You know, slightly higher wages for the guards who are working night patrols. And he starts kind of listing off like things that are super irrelevant.
What if we went down to the sewers?
Is
I
that
would
your
love-
best course of action?
No.
It's not the
Definitely
worst
not.
one.
Here is my question. What do you intend to discover down in the sewers? Do you believe that the Oriolas are... up
How
to
long
the
ago was
puberty?
this?
Relatively recently, just a few... Honestly, just a
And
few
I
days
doubt
ago.
anything will have been done just yet.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Plus, we have more pressing matters than checking what they're doing in the sewers.
But here's the real question I still want to ask. What do you intend to do if you do find something out? Say they're, I don't know, selling baby's blood in the basement of Free Reach. What would you do?
The less you know, the better.
Would you just go and kill them?
The less you know, the better.
I
What's
think the
stopping
proper
you from
course
doing that now?
would be telling the council, the rest of the council, with
God.
evidence, of course.
Wait, sorry, did you say gods?
Gods.
Oh, gods.
I mean,
Gods are gonna
Did-
stop you? I'm just saying.
didn't
They
you
can
want to
control
murder
all
them?
of them, yeah. I'm sorry.
Didn't you want to murder your family eventually?
What I'm going to say is we just can't be saying this out in public where anybody can hear you. Honestly.
I don't think we should
This is
just
true.
say that.
My tavern is still open. You glance over,
Yeah,
you see like a
probably.
halfling sitting at the end of the counter going like... I didn't hear anything.
You're damn right you didn't.
He like jumps off of the counter and just runs away.
These people don't know who you are. Just be a.
Well, apparently they
Friendly.
do if you've said everything possible.
Oh,
I
don't
did
worry.
say
Halfling wasn't here. He only got here about, well, maybe 2 minutes after you guys arrived.
In that 2 minutes, they've both called me Varus and mentioned the Orielas. So, you know.
That is true. Well,
we need like
I'm sure.
a code phrase for that name, like a name that we can say in place of the actual name. That way, we all as a collective know what we're talking about, but no one else from the outside
Real
would
quick,
know.
I should warn the rest of you who were not there. My brother will eventually be coming to kill me, most likely. And he's got this weird magic thing where he can take me into like a sub-plane arena thing where I fight him one-on-one,
Okay.
I guess.
That sounds
just-
like a bitch-made move.
I agree.
Unless he
He's a
wants to go 2 minutes in the ring with me.
No, I doubt he'd want to go anywhere with you.
Can
He'd
we
much rather
watch?
pick on someone who can't one-on-one fight like me.
It's an arena we can watch, right?
No, it's I assume from what you have told me, Artemis, and the cell, it is a dome that just kind of appears.
Ah,
That
yes,
sounds
hope
like
he comes.
fun.
Here's hoping he comes after you on an aggressive full moon.
Yeah, let's hope.
You could also probably find a way to counter that magic.
Well, we are going to speak with Van Bloom eventually.
You
So-
did see the magic, right?
Yes, well, depends on what you mean.
Well, did
I know where it
you-
comes
did he
from and I
use-
know what it does.
Did he use words? Did he cast it with?
No, he's got
pen?
runes on his face.
Oh, on his face. Well, if you remember those runes and how they looked,
Can I mean, it was like, what, 20 minutes ago? Can I draw them real quick for myself?
yeah, you can. Give me a history check.
Oh, fuck.
I'll say you have advantage because it was really.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah,
Shit.
you're just staring him down.
It's not terrible. It's not great.
Not bad.
Um, Darcy just sort of stumbled over at a bunch of gibberish.
Make an Arcana check.
Yes.
You have disadvantage.
I figured I would.
Mm-hmm. It's a bunch of gibberish.
Very cool. Well, I mean,
I'll look it over in the morning, maybe.
Maybe I'll just dispel magic
That'll
in.
make sense.
Maybe I'll just disappear.
we can just ask Van Bloom when we go to see him.
I don't want to run out of favors with him. We already kind of did.
Well, maybe it's something he'll be keen on finding out. I've never seen anyone use anything like this. Maybe it'll be something to add to his own repertoire. Who knows?
Well, it's nothing I've ever seen before, if it's any comfort. Seems powerful, though.
Well, they were just like magic runes, right? They weren't any language or anything. Runes made into a language or nothing.
Oh, didn't look like it. I mean,
Just making sure.
okay. So, your brother is going to try and kill you. He kind of scoots a little closer, make sure there's no one listening around. Your brother is going to try and kill you. And you already have the intent of killing the rest of your family. Right?
Most of them.
Most of them. I still question why you don't just hop the fence, essentially. Jump into the Lord's Ward, take them out one by one. You could.
I could, absolutely. But as of right now, I would be a wanted fugitive of free reach.
Not if
I
they don't
imagine.
find you.
Sure.
I mean, Melagos still saw you as just a blur. Those people that could see invisibility.
Yeah, maybe we didn't show your face to them and let you know you still exist and are alive.
I'll make you a new mask.
I don't need a mask.
Eh.
I buried it for a reason.
Spare mask.
Hmm?
I have spare masks.
Pulls out a COVID mask.
No, I don't need a mask. I got rid of it because I was tired of hiding the part of me that everyone was so scared of.
What if
Wait!
I made it a really scary one?
Are your
I
insides
don't
sharp?
need one.
Are you a vampire?
No. I'm not.
Are you some
If
sort
you-
of vampire?
Not necessarily.
If he was, I would have had to have killed him by now.
I'm more of a genetic mutation of my ancestors that's appearing again all of a sudden.
Oh, but close.
I mean, he got the power from vampires, so yes, close.
Ah, Wait a second. Could all of this vampire stuff be related to you?
No.
Wait, how do you know?
Because
Because I'm not the real problem in the vampire scenario here. That's someone else.
mm,
Okay, with the context that you're using, I'm guessing it's someone else in this group. Is that correct?
I'll give you a gold if you
somehow-
can pick. If you can pick.
Take a
who-
guess.
She already
Oh,
put her
come
hand
on.
up.
Damn it!
I was gonna be like, no, it's what gave it away.
Guys, we should
But-
just really stop talking about our personal stuff. But
To be
You're
fair,
the one who
I
started this.
I have not talked about any of this. This is all Darcy and I are just spilling the tea. I'm just here to watch.
This man will become our greatest enemy. And we will
Probably-
have to come
you
back
probably
and
ju-
kill him.
You probably just prayed right now while we were here, didn't you, Veyron?
I always pray. I
I
think
know.
I've said this.
God.
that's why we have problems. As Darcy falls out of his chair.
I don't think praying to the gods is going to be a problem.
Oh, you don't know the problems it's caused us.
The one time we've actively seen him pray, I know he. Veyron, I love you, man. But that one time you chose to pray was terrible.
Okay,
He was killed because he prayed.
I had to take my hand off the rock to touch my holy symbol to
Which
pray.
was the
What's wrong with
stupidest
that?
decision you've ever made.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
You took your hand off an icy wall to pray.
That wall smashed me in the head.
That it did.
We almost died there.
I'm sorry, what?
This is on our way to fight the dragon. We hadn't even made it yet.
But we survived.
It's the climbing incident.
God
It's,
damn it,
okay,
Canada.
it's okay, we don't talk about it. It didn't happen.
But once we got up there, we mopped the floor with that dragon.
Oh, we
no
killed
issue.
Canada so easily.
Was the dragon named Canada?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Probably. We actually have no idea.
We just decided to call him that. You don't know
I
why.
Just it
It
fit,
felt
you
right.
know, the Canada incident just kind of sounds so wonderful.
I gave him the what for.
Excellent.
You died first.
I mean, to be fair, the bomb did work.
It
It
did.
did work.
Bomb? Whoa. Okay.
He bought a bomb from a sketchy merchant, and we've been carrying it around for weeks. We needed a use for it.
I was going to plant it next to the dragon's face, but apparently that was a bad idea.
We
needed
were
the
there to
skull.
get the skull.
Details.
I see.
But it worked like a charm, and we all
Yeah.
made it out alive, and no
If
one
for
got
whatever
hurt.
reason we had failed, that dragon wasn't going to shit right for a week.
To be fair, if we had failed, that dragon was practically on this store
Which
regardless.
we didn't, by the way. There was absolutely no chance whatsoever that we would have failed.
We only
our
survived
plan
because the
went
child's
off,
an opportunistic prick.
Our plan went off without a hitch, with no bumps, no hiccups.
That sounds great.
It
You know-
was.
It does sound grand if that's what happened.
That's how I remember it.
You were
Well-
dead for half of it.
Maybe
But I
that's why
gave
people
that dragon
remember that.
the what for until it did get to me.
I know, we're not denying that.
Like I fucked him up.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Okay, let's talk about something else. You said your dragon, or whatever, you killed the dragon, you got its parts, it looks like your friend's wearing some armor, and the rest of you probably have some gear as well. Now the question is, do you know what you're going to do next? Because to me it sounds like you've got a lot on your plate and not a lot of, realistic choices that you've made.
You got a plate, but we don't know if we need a fork, a spoon, a knife, or just to toss it out the window.
to be fair, I believe Van Bloom was the best decision for our next course of action.
Well, I think
Yeah.
first you should probably sit down to eat first, before grabbing any utensils. Lay out the groundwork, ensure that whatever it is you're going to do, you at least have the information to do it.
Right, like talking to someone who
See, that's-
invites us more.
Or maybe check
It's
some
usually
things
the
off of your
problem.
list that'll make it a little bit easier.
That's usually the problem. Information is the most difficult part to come by with our scenarios.
Oh.
None of it's written down.
All of our problems have to do with ancient things from bygone eras. All the books were probably destroyed by dragons.
Aside from Lyra, who apparently has no problems whatsoever.
Yeah.
With what? Sorry.
Just in general.
I don't have crazy families trying to kill me. I don't even have a family or a blood family.
Oh, well, I think that's, that's the solution here. Kill your own families.
What?
Working on it.
So that would work with
I'm not going
three
to
of
do
us.
that.
Wow.
I'm not
that would
interested.
work with 3 of us.
Hey, that's a 50% success rate on that then. Like you round
I'm-
up, that's basically 100%.
So, I agree.
You could also round down the other way, That's how rounding works.
Yeah, but we only go one way.
Especially when
That-
it's
that's
right
up
in the
and forward.
middle.
I technically hate to say it, but solving our problem, killing Vader and sister would solve that problem as well.
It would.
technically.
Whoa.
Okay, then at that point, then yes, you can round up. Technically,
She'll be cured.
Technically.
technically.
She won't be sick anymore.
Jesus Christ.
I'm guessing your sister is who that potion is for.
Yes, she's very sick, and I feel like even if we kill her, I think her soul will still be affected in the afterlife, and when she's reborn, she'll probably still be sick.
You could pray for her, can't you? Isn't that what that's for?
Yeah, I should pray. I have been praying. She's been,
Just give her some thoughts and prayers.
How well have those prayers been working for her?
she's alive.
Wait a minute, how long has she been sick again?
It's been 20, 25 years?
And what's the average survival rate on this illness? Do you know?
No idea, it's so rare that...
Oh.
And you're wasting time praying.
And
That's
final
amazing.
question, I just gotta ask: is it so rare that it's named after her?
You know, it doesn't have a name. Maybe we could name it after... Or we could name it after me, the person who found the cure. You're right.
That's not how that
No,
works.
no, it's not a matter of you finding the cure. The cure's known.
You haven't found the cure either.
The cure doesn't
Have you
have a
dealt
name.
with the devil problem?
Oh, well, I think we should
And
just...
you haven't found the
Hang on.
cure.
Current
We should
plan of
spell them.
action is make me talk about it because if we lose me, we lose nothing.
Don't think so little of yourself, Mr. Drunk Man.
I'm a
Exactly.
shopkeeper amongst people who could kill an entire room.
Truthfully, worst comes to worst, we have a solution for that.
We do?
Yeah, it's at your place of work.
Wait, for which problem again? Oh, yes, for him.
Your place
I
of
could,
work.
I've. Yeah,
worst
don't worry.
comes to worst.
God pillar.
We have a funny little beam.
Wait, Bethra?
Yes.
Are you
Oh, you heard?
a blade?
That's tip my hat.
He's the blade of speed.
I've not heard of you, but great to meet
Yeah,
you.
he probably won't.
It's because I can outrun all the talk about me.
Makes sense.
Oh, he wishes.
Makes sense. I mean,
Is it?
from what I've heard, from what I've seen, people can walk into the Bethra pillars and be fine.
Yeah, if you're chosen.
Oh, that's what it was.
I doubt he's chosen.
I'd probably explode.
More disintegrate down on like a
Which
cellular
would technically
level,
solve the problem, but
Here's the thing, though.
worst comes to
Here's the
worst.
thing, though. Artemis, let me remind you something. I seemingly am more immortal than you are.
but factually
Have you-
incorrect, but it's fine.
Have
Yeah.
you survived a disintegration, Artemis?
I dodged
Who?
one.
That doesn't count. I got hit with it.
Well, that's just a skill issue then.
I
I'm
should
sorry.
have. I was unconscious. I should have died, but I am here with fish tank organs.
Oh, is that what happened? You almost got disintegrated.
Yes.
Oh, wait, no, you've told me this already.
Maybe if
Sorry.
you were a bit
There's
faster,
so much
you know.
content that's being thrown at me that at this point I'm trying not to get lost.
Artemis,
Maybe
I was unconscious because you weren't fast enough to take off the bloody vampire's head.
you know. Sometimes
Blade of speed, you are not.
Sometimes the blade of speed is relative.
This is no.
He's the
Turtle
blade,
man.
He's the blade of relatively speed.
He's the blade of half speed.
Oh, that also makes sense.
I have the fastest hands in the west, or the east. I think we're in the east.
You are in the east. This is true. East free reach. Well,
Are you
free
faster
reach is
than
in
the man who
east.
can stop time? I don't think you are. We have proof
Like-
of this.
Stop.
Well,
time
that's
there.
because I let him go. I had to make him feel like he was on top, you know.
Yes, you scared him away. Not
That way,
Nostell. You
next
scared
time
him
around.
away.
Well, I'm not saying I scared him away or anything, but next time around, you know, he's gonna time stop and he's not gonna be ready for the blade of speed running up on him while he's trying to run away. You know,
I think teleportation is a lot faster than you could run.
that's
he
a
was
matter of
prepared for that.
perspective.
That's right. I can close more distance than you can. I just
Yeah,
don't
but
have a
can you-
sword.
But can you, like, you know, hit things in the same amount of time as me? I didn't think so.
I don't need to.
Wait, is that the speed?
Yes.
I mean, if he gets hasted, then he would be faster.
The blade of
Actually
hastened
incorrect,
speed.
but it's
He was just.
I mean, it sounds like at the very least all of you have a great dynamic.
Usually.
Well,
I would recommend breaking down all of your major problems into digestible parts, and then
The
there
moon.
aren't any.
Well, I'm sure there's some, right? You said that you could go speak with Van Bloom.
Yes,
Bloom
but that
could-
would. Let's just put it this way: if we go and speak with Van Bloom, one of the problems we would solve would be going inside of her head to solve her memories, which could also get us killed.
With no chance of coming back.
Okay, but here's the thing. Everything has a chance to get you killed. If you don't take any risk, there won't be any reward.
I also just thought of something else that's kind of horrifying. This might just be me drunk, not remembering how it works properly. But doesn't our soul kind of leave our bodies temporarily to enter into the mind with this potion?
Are you
I
asking
don't
me?
know.
Because I don't know.
No, not you, not you. You don't know anything about this.
And if I remember, maybe
And the way he
What?
explained it.
the entire
If-
reason why.
What if? So thinking about it, my
Why your
body
soul's
is,
gone.
my body is a house. I do not have the keys. I cannot lock the door. That fucking brat might just take over my body while I'm gone.
Well, you do realize, okay, are you going to do it separate from Van Bloom, or is he going to be supervising?
He's going to be
I was about to
supervised.
say Van Bloom would be there. He could just like
If
deal with
he's
it. I mean, you might
supervising-
not have a body at the end of the day, but you know.
If he's supervising, I am almost 100% certain that Van Bloom can do something. And not have to kill you alongside it. It's Van Bloom. He literally turned back time on himself. Like he's young again. And he stayed young for the last 20 years.
Hey. Yep. He's good to go.
I feel like he knows something.
I just
No,
don't
he's
feel like
fine.
I just don't feel like inviting a body snatching.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
To be
The
fair,
body snatching could lead to the death of thousands.
Ah, it'll be fine. Hopefully.
Yeah, well,
Maybe.
I mean, that puts it in perspective, doesn't it? The only reason they saved you this time was because your body was going to turn into ash.
Now the question is, why would they need the body of a half-elf carpenter? Really?
Well, they've
Because
used
I
it
look like
very
I
well
would
so
help
far.
them.
Because he's easy enough to manipulate.
But there's dozens and dozens, if not
I'm also-
thousands of other bodies that could also fit that description.
I looked like I was funny to the child, and to the older one, I looked like very unassuming.
Is that what they told you?
Yes.
That's not good for the self-esteem.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
So what you want to
I-
say?
This team is definitely
To-
not above
To
2.
them, I am a rube. Nothing more than a meat suit.
Terrifying.
That hurts.
But
That
there
hurts my
is
feeling.
also the possibility that they chose you for a reason, and you just don't know what that reason is.
Well, the doll has been passed around multiple times.
And I'm sure they've found a new person each time. Because, as it were, I feel like I would have heard of a doll or possessed person with doll features going around murdering people. It'd be all over the news. The town crier would be having a field day.
What if the towns they went to do the murdering no longer exist?
That's terrifying. How large?
Maps are mutable.
Thousands. This is true.
That would be
Well.
scary to think about.
It wouldn't be the first town wiped off the map. It wouldn't be the second one we've witnessed.
Look,
Definitely wouldn't be the last.
I'm just trying to put a positive spin on things, right? Maybe they need you for a reason. And it's not just your body that they need. Maybe it's something to do with your soul as well. So there's a possibility, although small, that they are doing everything within their power to keep you alive. Not just your body, but your soul as well.
I don't know what.
Or I could be
worse in that
speculating.
case.
I don't know. I'm just saying. There's a bright side to everything.
Actually, wait a minute. I think I have an idea.
Um,
They want me to fucking mediate and use me as a game piece to see who wins and gets the meat suit. Have I told you they hate each other?
I assumed as much, considering you told me that they were on the opposite sides of a cosmic war.
They really hate each other.
I mean, there's got to be a reason for it, right?
Yeah. One of them fought a god that was broken into billions of pieces.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
The other one followed a different god that wants vampires to burn, even the littlest tiny pieces.
Not okay.
Thinking on that, we've talked about this with other people. Vampires are potentially fragments or influenced by fragments of that god. Because he was hungry and nothing else.
Strange. I don't like that, of course. Because the possibilities are... But I think it's a little bit out of your pay grade for now, and probably, definitely, out of mine. So let's talk about
Yep.
something that you can achieve right now. You can go speak to Vampire,
No.
and you can, at the very least, go through your friend's dream and find out what's blocking it, and whether you want to remove that block or not.
So this one.
I mean, that's segmented, it's achievable within the next short period. Sure, there's dangers associated with it, but from the way you've been telling me, it seems that everywhere you go, there's danger. Is that incorrect?
You're not wrong.
No, you know what? Fuck it. Vestel, I am all for exploring your god and getting your memories back, even if I die in the process. Because at the very least, then it'll be quiet.
It's a morbid way of seeing it, but thanks for your support.
Anytime. You are fantastic.
Thanks, you too. Also, we were going to go to Tipper. I don't know if that's still something we want to do.
So what we're going there just to see if you couldn't find anything out.
I guess I did find some answers here, so.
Yeah.
Where was it? And where was it?
Kirkwall.
There? Yeah, there. Is
There's really no reason to go
All
to
the way
Tipper.
up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Kirkwall, another
Technically,
option, you'd say?
You could just teleport there right now. I believe.
Kirkwall?
Can we?
Oh no, I guess not.
No,
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can.
think so.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Kirkwall is a major city.
Technically,
It has
you
a
could just teleport there right
it
now.
has a teleportation circle.
Kill some nobles.
Well, okay, let's play
Um,
down
We're
on
gonna
the
kill
okay.
nobles. Can we deal with my thing first?
Kirkwall is a little bit more ambitious, especially given that the entire city is a military complex.
Full of paladins and clerics.
Obvious.
Full
War
of
is in its
paladins,
name.
clerics, 24/7 guards, constant barracks. You're literally walking into an army.
I'd
Out
win,
here,
but it's fine.
it's just guards. Guards are easy to bypass.
So you're saying do Morris's thing.
I'm saying that you shouldn't kill people.
I
But
agree.
Too late for
Well, we've
that.
already
had
failed
to.
that goal.
you know,
Hell, Lyra's already killed someone.
It was an accident. He's
Punched
back
the
alive.
librarian right in the face.
He's
I mean, I
back
feel like-
alive
killed that librarian.
with one punch.
She's just that strong.
I mean, I feel like we all have
He golf clubs for you.
killed a handful of people here and there.
Okay, but there's a difference between
Yeah,
punches,
yeah,
and,
Not
Speak for
before we started our
yourself.
journey, that's for sure.
you know, taking a sword and stabbing it through someone's spine.
Speak for yourself. I've never killed a humanoid.
That you know of.
Oh, you're right. But not before taking up the cloth.
You mean
That you get
after-
absolved for the
after.
murder.
You know, Frontline
Pray
didn't
for
burn
forgiveness
me.
for a possible murder.
Frontline didn't burn me immediately for doing it, so... I
Listen,
think
She's a
I'm
war
okay.
god.
Literally.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever heard of any of the gods burning any followers for doing certain things. They've revoked
You-
powers before. Like, they've just
You
taken
didn't
away
have
their
your powers yet.
But they've never, like, killed anyone or specified to do any sort of that influence.
Let's be fair, Veyron. Out of all of us connected to the gods, I'm the only one who has received immediate admonishment for the things I've said and done. They have slapped me with my own hand.
Speaking of, weren't you going to go to the Bethra temple, Artemis?
What now?
You're
You know,
talking
'cause-
to him, and every single time I look at him, it's just the toothless with the eyebrows.
What
You
did
know,
you say now?
'cause Wellness said something about a vision she had. Weren't you supposed to go to the temple and talk?
You know, Bethra? We need to jump into the pillar to do it.
I mean,
Elna didn't.
No, she did.
No, not this time. She said she just went to a temple.
She didn't
Had
tell
a
you
vision.
she didn't tell you what she did at the temple.
Are there pillars in every temple of Bethra?
You don't know.
Oh shit, we can just kill
oh, Jake, are there
kill
temples,
Darcy right
or
now.
are there pillars in every
No.
temple of Bethra?
It's only at the actual main one.
We could have just killed. We could have dealt with Darcy right now if we wanted to.
No, we can deal with your family. We'll just invite them to the temple and be like,
Yes,
"Whoops,
that'll
what are you
work.
doing?"
Hey, come join us at the Temple of God.
It's like that SpongeBob meme where they're pointing at the ground. It's like, get in. It's just the pillar. It's like, get in.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I plan on eventually, hopping in and talking to him. But that is, of course, whenever we get there, I feel like we have a lot,
Can't
to
you just
do
it
and
at the
do.
temple right now. See if it works.
I mean, I could, yes.
Go do
There's
it.
nothing stopping you.
Varun's prayers are with you.
I'll do it. I'll do it whenever we're all
don't say
about
that.
to, go to sleep.
You've had more communication with your goddess than everyone ever has with his.
Yeah, how
No,
does that
I
make you
speak with my
feel?
goddess. I speak with my goddess every single day.
Does she talk back?
Yes, she provides her light of
With
guidance.
words.
Does she
Varun,
talk
words.
back?
She provides me with guidance every single day.
I have to ask, but like I don't know. I feel like my existence and my ability to just, easily and freely talk to my deity kind of makes like clerics obsolete, honestly.
No, because I talk to my goddess every single day, and she guides my path.
She doesn't respond to you.
She guides my path.
Just
She
sounds
plays
like a
charades.
delusion.
You want to know
with
what guides
you.
my path, Varun? Revenge. Like, anyone can say that.
Hey, when I was taking up my oath, they did give me I had to fill out all the registration stuff, and they asked me if I felt more compelled for revenge or, just stopping otherworldly threats.
What'd you say?
Well, obviously I didn't choose the revenge, did I?
Makes sense.
I also had another one on there that said redemption at the bottom, and I said fuck that. I didn't go with that one.
This is very. I do appreciate everything you've done, I guess, through the power of your goddess, but aside from that and giving you spells, she hasn't done much for us.
Thinking on it, it might simply be the fact that there's so many clerics of your goddess.
I
forgot
don't
the
think
name.
that's the case. Every single god has a lot of followers.
Not
There's
the
a
other
few
ones.
that don't have as many as the others, sure. But I'm sure the gods are capable of splitting how much they talk to every person, right?
And to be fair, there's also only 17 of people like myself. Well, it's
Yeah.
technically 16, not including myself. For Bethra, so maybe it's just an exclusivity club. I don't know.
Depending on how many are actually alive still.
Well, there's always 17. That's kind of the whole thing.
What if the swords get stolen, Artemis? What if that happens? By the way, Darcy is saying all of this from the fort.
Oh, you
If that-
haven't gotten no.
I mean,
there.
fair point. We don't know.
We had a whole conversation about that not 2 hours ago.
I know, but I'm saying that we don't know which ones have or haven't been, guarded
And
yet.
you never will.
Listen,
Oh, I feel
this
like
whole
I can go
thing-
back there any time and figure
this
it
whole
out.
thing, again, seems like a problem for another day. Can we focus on the memory thing first?
Yes. Where's the potion?
Not right now, not while you're like that. We are sleeping that off first.
Maybe I should just cure it, just so he gets off his
Just
system.
let him experience his first hangover, it's fine.
Let him have it.
I feel like he can just
He'll
sleep
be
it off.
fine.
It'll be fine.
He'll be fine. But, it sounds like all of you have a way forward at the very least to find out more information about you and your mysterious vampire past.
I'm gonna roll to see if he does get a hangover. I'm curious.
Give me a con save.
He might be one of those annoying people that just doesn't get hangovers.
Can I just say, I knew that
He got
image
a
was
hangover.
coming. I knew that image was coming the second Artemis was like, it's like that SpongeBob thing where he just says,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Emily's gonna be on that case real quick.
Yeah.
I had to do it.
Yeah,
Jesus.
not quite contractually obligated, but morally obligated.
It's my job. That's why I'm here.
My job is stats, her job is art.
And memes.
But yeah, Darcy, he passes out on the floor. While the rest of you are like kind of looking at him. Well, to me, all of you seem to have a path forward. At the very least, you'll have some more information on how to navigate around all of these obstacles that you've got. What are your plans after you've killed, or sorry, not killed. That's the wrong way to put it. After you've resolved the issue with her mind block.
Well, either A, we kill who she becomes, or B, she stays who she is, and we figure out what to do next.
Yep.
B would be preferable, but you
B
never
Like
know.
would
I
be
said, also-
extremely preferable.
Also C, where we all die. I mean, that's...
Well, yeah, but then we don't have to worry about anything.
Well,
It's
us
everyone
all
else's
dying.
problem.
The issue with C is that implies that I would die, and I mean,
But you
we
will
all know that can't happen.
one day.
Shut the fuck up.
You literally have said it multiple times. You're going to
Yeah,
die.
that's because it's me. It's different when I say it, though. It's fine.
first. Who knows? Maybe I'll kill you myself.
He just looks at all of you with concern. Okay, if you're gonna kill each other, at least don't do it, my Davin.
Oh, he
yeah.
won't see it coming.
Preferably, we get option B, and Vestel survives, and is, well, not just alive, but is,
Herself.
Vestel similar to what she is now.
Has the memories that she forgot.
Yeah, the memories can probably help us out a lot.
A lot, yes.
Assuming that, whatever, if she returns the form, and that's any different, that,
At the very
she
least,
doesn't kill us.
yes, but at the very least, we would have more knowledge on what the vampire side of this whole thing is.
I mean, if
I
you figure
assume.
out what's going on with the vampires, you could potentially figure out how to stop them. If you figure out how to stop the vampires, that might help you with whatever it is that they're trying to do. Because the vampires, they probably have a goal, right? They're not just kidnapping and stealing people for no reason and something that giant.
Let's just say,
that
let's just say the
blood
Dry
orb.
Point. Yeah, just Dry Point. It's not looking too good anymore right now.
Oh, it's never looked good.
No, it's looking even worse.
Oh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
There are giant bat creatures that just kind of fly around now.
Terrifying.
Rain's blood.
Rain's blood,
The
yeah.
raining blood, I think, was present previously.
Well, let's just say that this giant red orb is what's spawning the bat things.
Oh.
So,
Terrifying.
Reminds me of high school.
Well, maybe in her high school, maybe in her memories, you'll find some way to undo whatever magic or spell or something that's creating that orb.
that is the hope. The other hope is that maybe she has some allies that we can rely on when she gets her memories back. That would be wonderful.
That could be
Not
interesting.
impossible.
But
Who knows?
hmm.
Maybe Time Stop Vampire will help us.
Maybe I'll figure out how to stop time.
I
Oh,
doubt
maybe you are a time stop vampire. Wouldn't that be nice?
Exactly.
That would be awfully convenient.
it wouldn't.
It'd be pretty cool.
Be very.
Who knows? Maybe when I drink all the magic out of your brother's body, I'll be able to stop time.
Oh,
I'm
now hold
sorry,
on.
What?
Yeah,
I
we can
think
still
we
fix them.
agreed that was a possibility before we found out that he is like entirely possessed and not in control of his actions. With that information now, I feel like
So
completely
you're
draining him.
reneging your offer that you had already offered to me with 100% certainty.
Well, assuming that we can break him out of this, mind control,
I
that
don't
would be
know, see,
preferable.
The talk I remember having is yes, you can 100% take whatever you need from my brother because I'm going to kill him.
That was before-
from the floor, Varus. Here, drink the child.
See, I want to drink the older one. The older one felt a lot better.
He's He was. You can tell he wasn't even awake. He's just talking in fucking.
You know, I'm
sleep.
just now realizing if my brother's a sorcerer, I got the short end of the stick.
You did.
I feel cheated. I'm like, this isn't fair.
Yeah, but the difference is you can't die.
That's a fair point.
No, why? Stop telling him that. He's going to die before any of us are. Logically. If we had old age, he would die before any of us. We're not going to make it to old age, but
We have
just
to go
if we
there.
did.
I don't like that. You don't have to bring that up.
Gunther kind of pats you on the shoulder. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. I only live about 70, 80 years as well, so I'm closer to my
Just
death
think
than
about
you
it
are.
this way. Most
I'm
likely, the
lucky.
three of us are practically immortal. Well,
I'm lucky
we
to
live for
get
a while.
like
Yeah, fucking
60.
elves.
I
Just
don't know, with
elf
those drugs,
things.
with those drugs in my system, I don't think I'm lasting that long.
Did you take drugs to shorten your lifespan? Is that a thing?
No, it's just the prolonged usage of drugs just is not good for your
Truly,
lifespan.
I wonder how Fairlane chose you.
Huh. Can't
Does
say.
it like hamper your intelligence, do you think?
I mean,
I
clearly.
definitely
Quick, what's 16 times 9? Go!
19.
I mean, you didn't even need to throw math at him. It was clear that if his intelligence is not necessarily
Yeah.
good.
No, he's incorrect. That's not what that is.
But
Yeah.
you don't say that 16 times 9 is not 19.
You know, before
I know
I
the answer
entered
first time.
college,
Could be 20.
I was one of the top students in the academy.
I somehow find that hard to believe.
That would have been impressive.
Oh,
How were everybody else in the academy? Were they below average?
44.
well, look at me now.
You're alive.
I am.
So I have a question. If I look like I'm in my 20s, but I'm actually thousands of years old, am I going to die sooner or later?
Later, probably.
I don't know.
What's the what are lifetimes of elves again? Just out of
2,000 years typically. They're infinite if they return to the Feywild. They cannot die from old age.
Oh.
We don't know about vampires, though.
However, for vampires, you're not sure.
guess we'll find out.
Given that you
I
were
mean,
in a coffin
it's
for
gonna be a
2,000
while.
some years, even hibernating, you're probably fine. At least for a little while. Estelle
Man.
starts walking, falls over dead from old age.
Fucking collapse.
Little did we know. We're gonna resolve our memories and just gonna be like, I've only got a week left to live.
My tattoo is actually my expiration date.
No.
It's just written
Oh,
in some
God.
foreign ass language
Or
that
my-
no one can read.
Yeah, it's just so old. That's how old the expiration date is.
You were born and your parents are like, we gotta put an expiration date on this thing
Jesus.
real quick.
All right, but yeah, as you guys are kind of continuing this conversation, speaking and talking and determining what to do, that's what we'll call it tonight. Because I need a shower and I need to go pass out because I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm falling asleep.
It's okay.
I think you might be exhausting yourself with whatever the fuck is going on with your throat.
It's not just that. I had to do like so many things, but my house is like
You're-
90.
yeah, that's another thing. You're also moving.
I'm
You're
done.
moving in.
I'm done. My house is like 90%
Done.
done.
You're almost there. Congratulations.
I had to put up like these fucking window blinders so I could actually open the windows because I'm on the first floor. There's like, oh, but
Guys, it's
oh,
been 5